All right, cool. Let's get into it. I'm very excited about this. Actually, we have a. Yeah, what up, Shinya?
Hey.
Why you sound like that?
I mean, I just started taking shots out of fucking nowhere when I pop into your stream for 1 second.
Wait, you started taking shots?
Am I that big of a fucking target that you're just taking shots at me all the time?
Wait, did I? What'd I say?
Not as big as Shinya.
Oh, well, you are kind of a huge target.
Well, yeah, but like, come on, man. You're fucking...
What?
I literally popped in for a second, and that's the first thing I hear.
Oh, no, dude. Oh, no.
That's all right. I'm starting the twit longer, man. Just wait. Just do it, guys. You guys don't even know how good the twit longer is going to be when me and Techie break up.
Yeah,
it's going to be insane.
It's going to be so good, man. How the fuck do you pop out? Also, yo, good morning, Genizard.
Hey.
Good morning. Good morning.
Okay, wait. New guy.
He's got a name.
Hold up. What is it?
Hello.
What?
It's JJ.
JJ. Okay, JJ. Okay, I got
my initials.
Yeah, I got no idea who the hell you are, but I've heard great things, man. So I'm excited to talk to you today.
I don't know who you are either, mate. Some guy out there on the internet.
No, good.
It's a real honor. Thank you so much. I really appreciate the opportunity to be around.
Yeah, I heard everybody like, oh, this JJ guy, he's so nice. He's so helpful. We've talked before, and he's so hot. It's like, I don't know, man. I'm excited, bro. This is great. How you doing this morning? JJ.
It is about 6 p.m. here, so I was very tired this morning, but I'm awake now. I'm good to go ish.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm a little bit nervous. I'm obviously a little bit nervous. Like, I haven't done anything like this before. I've done lots of public speaking before, but never done anything like this.
You
weird.
made that.
It's different.
You made that one song in the thick of it, so you've done some like pretty big. What?
I have the worst pop culture knowledge that you could possibly imagine. What was in the thick of it?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's not the first time I've heard that. People were saying that in my chat too. I was like, oh my
God. That's where Tucky got it from. He read a chatter saying that, so now that's his joke.
True.
I mean,
I
did make Prime Energy drinks. So
there you go.
Great. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. You got a webcam, JJ, or are you faceless?
I am. Oh, I can definitely webcam. I don't know if I don't know if it'll let me because I'm streaming.
Okay. Yeah, you're all good.
You could set JJ. What you could do? You set a virtual cam on OBS. There should be a start virtual cam, and it should allow you to use both your webcam on OBS and in Discord at the same time.
There we go.
Yeah, if that doesn't work, just turn off your camera on stream and then just put it on the
video capture
Discord and then bring it up on screen.
I don't want to waste you guys' time, so I'm just going to turn mine off on stream and get on here. Apologies about that.
No, you're all good, man. Take your time.
I would have to prepare that.
Yeah, I'm not prepared either, bro. So don't worry about it. Take your time.
Yeah, bro was reacting to a video at start time, like.
Well,
that's like 98% of Tectone's content, isn't it? From what I hear.
It is. Yeah, it's all good. It's all good.
Being late and reacting to videos.
First of all, I am ridiculously on time. I take such offense to that.
You were late today. What do you mean?
Yeah, you want to know why I was late, Shinya?
Why?
Because I was cooking you food as a present. Because I cared. Because I heard you lost 7. I was late because of you. Because I cared.
But now he won't give you it because you just won't appreciate it.
Yeah, now I'm gonna eat it.
Oh, wait, are you gonna eat it in front of me?
No, I wouldn't do that.
I was gonna say that. I mean, that's my kink. I mean, hey, you know, NTR exists for a reason, man.
Yeah. let me boot up Wizardry before we get into this because I want to be able to play my fucking game.
I was gonna say we're all probably gonna be playing while we're talking.
Yeah. Hopefully that's fine with chat. All right, cool. This is good. Also, good morning, Kate.
Good morning. Hello.
Captain Cabinets. Are we waiting for anybody else, or is this the whole ensemble today? I know I wanted to keep it a little bit smaller than I normally do. I'm pretty sure this is everybody, right?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Carter said he might be joining in, but
yeah, we'll see.
I'm gonna be real. There's no way he just grinds Warcraft all day.
Yeah, I don't even know how somebody does that. I don't get what there is to grind in Warcraft 3. Like, what? It's a fucking 80,000-year-old game, bro. Like, what is he doing?
Yeah, I have no idea.
Lakari sounded really, really done with Wizardry, right? Like he sounded really, really.
Did he?
Yeah.
Was he really that
Yeah.
upset?
Yes.
He sounded
Chat.
real bad.
His chat
Yeah.
ruined the game. His chat ruined the game for him.
Yep.
Oh,
What exactly did they do?
He kind of just got one guide, basically telling him that the game is shit and he should be playing like an actual game, like an actual dungeon crawler or whatever.
Oh.
And
Okay.
I don't know, it kind of just ruined his experience, I guess. He
I
kind of
just
got one
feel,
guide.
I just feel like Lakari's like not the type to get one guide. Like, am I crazy, or is that like a commonality in his?
He gets one guide a lot, doesn't he?
Okay, wait, whoa. Have you ever watched his stream, bro?
Right? That's what I'm saying.
I mean,
Bro,
not.
all he does is get one guide.
Yeah,
It'll
that's
be
his
one
thing.
guy said something, and then he goes off the rails for like 15 minutes, and then it ruins the next hour of his stream. That's like,
Yeah.
that's his thing.
Wait, okay. I mean, I'll be real. I haven't watched his ass since 2021, so. I mean, like,
that'll be it.
I'll pop in every now and then, but yeah, I don't do nothing. I don't watch streamers, man. I'll be real. Like, my experience watching streamers is I go in, I say hi to them, and then I leave. That's it.
And then you get dono walled and then you leave. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. Or even better, I'll sub, I'll ask them a question, and then I'll leave before I hear them answer it.
Yep. That's what you always do.
Yep, I know. Oh, that's so fucking like you, John. Oh, God. I'm going to
Is that
go.
how you know when you've made it?
Yes, I'm going to go piss real quick and then we can get into it.
Enjoy.
Wow, he really just started this to go piss. That's crazy.
Oh, my God. Dennis, I just
yeah.
stopped
I have something to
right
say
there.
to you.
That's so insane.
Shinny, can you explain why you had your full titties and crack out on stream earlier?
Okay, listen. I was talking about how easy it is to be an e-girl streamer on the internet and just get a million subs and throw in donations. Okay, it's so fucking easy, and I'm tired
it
of
work?
pretending it's not. It worked.
Bro had
Yes.
his full titties and crack out on stream. It was a
And you know
sight.
what? And you know what?
Nice.
I got 10 subs for it too, and I got 10 subs for it. Yeah, so
And you're gonna use all that for Arborist or something?
I got Oberst last night when I was pulling at 5 a.m. when I couldn't sleep.
Oh yeah,
Arborist
yeah.
will-
Whatever the new unit's gonna be, I'll use it for. I'm saving my allowance. I'm saving up to for whatever the new unit's gonna be.
Someone in my chat said do a 10-point Arborist and gave me $25. I was like, wow, that's sick. And then I'm like, oh, that's 10 polls.
Yeah.
Oh, and I
That's
got
very
Adam.
Ooh.
The currency in Wizardry is a bit tough. It is a little rough.
Oh, there's some real criticisms of Wizardry. That's
Oh, for
it is
sure.
not
Cabinets
at
has a
all.
lot.
That's the view.
Oh, I'm sure.
It's a great
it
game,
is-
but
Oh yeah. You know, the worst thing that they've done is fix that bug last night. I'm pissed.
I agree.
I'm pissed.
I agree.
Worst, you know what? I got 3 clears though. Got 3 clears before they fixed that bug. I'm a bug abuser.
We say bug, we mean exploit, right? Like it was kind of an
Yeah,
exploit.
Oh well, exploit bug. I mean, it's a bug that you can exploit. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, like,
absolutely. Yeah,
Look, I'm gonna be real.
I
I don't feel bad at all.
I saw a load of people in chat like all week. Ever since the event came out, what, like 2 days? Not really all week. I've had so many people coming through, just like I feel I've got so much FOMO. Like I can't play the event, I can't get any of these rewards. I feel so bad. Like why have they done this? Like shit company, etc., etc., etc. Just feel
Oh,
so
yeah.
bad because we've been trying to work out different ways that they can do it, that people can get through it, even at low levels. Just sucks though. It sucks so much to hear it over and over and over again. Especially with all these new players that are coming in as well.
Exactly.
It really sucks.
Yeah, I was saying they. I think if they really had their this is such a good topic. We probably should save. I think if they.
Yeah,
really
yeah.
had their-
Yeah, sorry, that's my bad.
No, that's my bad. 'cause I was
You
gonna-
got ruining
really-
it. I'll blame Tectone though. Like, he
Yeah,
went
yeah.
to piss.
I was gonna get really into it because I was talking about this with Chad yesterday about some of like the new player experience that could be infinitely better right now with events that they should be doing that I'm surprised they're not. But
I think the company, just in general, for lack of a better way to explain it, it is too Japanese of a company. They are run
that's fair.
like a Japanese company from the 50s. And
Yeah.
they do not understand, I think. Like, it's not malicious. I think they're genuinely ignorant of some things that players are not going to like.
Yeah.
At all.
100%.
I'm gonna be real. I'd be shocked if they even know who Tectone is. Like,
Oh, they probably don't.
I don't
That's
think they have
wild,
any
yeah.
fucking clue that's going like what's going on over here, and I think that's a huge problem.
You know, I messaged them for a sponsorship.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, and their
Good
support, their support refuses to respond to anything that's not about the game, and I'm like, damn. And then I looked at their
What?
company website. Their company website, I would have to send a Japanese worded letter to them.
Well,
God,
what are you
Jesus.
waiting for?
Japanese listens.
Dude, it's so funny. It's like
What's up?
it's just as hard to get a sponsor with the company than it is to play the game. So I mean, at least they're being consistent, right?
Are you talking about
You should
Wizardry?
have seen it. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, you should have seen it before, man. Oh, my
man.
god, playing this game, brother. You could only play it on BlueStacks. No other emulator.
Oh, that's
It would just
awful.
turn into pink. It would only turn into pink triangles, and then it just ran like shit. It was so bad.
Yeah, no,
Broken
fuck that.
Sky, the princess, like loads of faces would just be black shadows. It was awful. It was truly awful.
Why was it so bad?
Because they released the game way too early, and they honestly were just kind of clueless.
They ran out of money. Let's be real. They ran
Yeah.
out of money, and they just had to push their game out.
They ran out of the government's money.
Yeah, that too.
Okay, how the fuck? Why the fuck is this not showing on this fucking screen? I'm trying to screen share my Wizardry gameplay to the fucking stream, and it's just not picking up. What am I doing wrong here?
You're probably not running OBS in admin or Wizardry in admin.
Do I have to do that?
I noticed that if you don't run OBS in admin, a lot of issues you will be stuck on like a stuck screen.
What?
Yep.
I've had that a couple of times recently.
I was gonna say, I'm
suck
surprised
at
you-
OBS.
You're not just using
you've
OBS
never-
like Windows share, like just
Okay, so open Wizardry and admin. And okay,
You could try that. I'm not gonna guarantee it'll work, but
Wizardry. Open file location. Run
right click,
as.
run as admin.
Okay. I show more options. And oh my god, am I a fucking moron? How the fuck do you do this? Oh, I feel like I'm old right now. I don't like this. I feel like I'm the
you're
old guy.
sounding pretty. If you just right click it, it should have run as administrator.
It should be
shouldn't it?
one of the first options you choose.
Okay,
by the way,
hold
Techie,
up.
you're sharing your entire Discord, by the way.
Yeah, it's hard, man. I'm trying to fucking
It's
do
really
this.
It's really not hard. You're just old.
Hold up, Wizardry. Where is the run as admin option?
If Tectone's
Go
old
to
enough,
show more
yes.
options.
Yeah,
Show more.
properties, general. Where is the run as admin?
I believe in you. I
Oh,
believe in you.
you're on Windows 11. Get fucked. I don't know where the fuck it is
Wait.
on 11.
Oh, I'm on Windows 11 too, but
Oh,
There's a Windows 11 too.
no.
I've never.
Yeah,
wow,
I'm on
that was
Windows
the dumbest
22,
thing-
bro.
That was the dumbest thing I've ever fucking heard.
I thought it was kind of funny.
It was funny, yeah. Like, funny like this guy's a fucking retard funny.
Okay, well this is absolutely fucking fried, boys. I ain't gonna lie. Okay, there we go. Yeah, that's the one. And then maybe it's the Windows capture's fault. Hold on, I'll just make a new window capture.
Yeah.
No, we're all gonna get this sorted out. It's gonna be great. Cause I'll be real, man. Like I've already talked to you fuckers enough, man. Like I don't even want to look at y'all while I do this shit at all. Window capture, and then Wizardry variants Daphne. God, who the fuck is Daphne?
We just refer to the game as Daphne. We don't even call it Wizardry. We call it Daphne.
Oh, that's weird as fuck. Who is we? And now everything's frozen.
Everyone on the Discord. Everyone on the Wizardry Discord. Oh, I've just called it Wizardry. I've completely
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
How is everything frozen now? This is insane.
This guy gets paid to do this, by the way.
Right?
So I hear.
This never happens. This is hold up. This is crazy.
This has never happened to me.
He's used to saying that line in bed. It's all right.
I actually was
We
for a
will.
while, to be completely
We've
fair.
all been there.
Okay, you know what? Chat's not going to see me play Wizardry. It's fine. They don't need to say.
Oh no.
Yeah, no, it's whatever. I'm going to play this shit, and then nobody else will know what the fuck I'm doing. That way I'll at least have the appearance that I'm paying the fuck attention. No, please. No, please. I don't know. Okay. Then you know what I'll do? I'll do this. I'll take a window capture, right? And then I'll drag it up. Oh, no, this is going to work. This is going to work. Oh, I'm so fucking smart. Hold up. Okay, no,
You're wicked smart.
I'm wicked fucking smart right now. I'll do a display capture, and then I'll
What year
shrink
is
it.
this?
Yeah.
I thought I was old.
How old are you?
39.
Holy fuck, Grandpa!
Yep.
Damn, man!
Oh, yep. I'm a fucking husk.
Man, bro was a slave owner back in the day. Bro is old as
Hey,
fuck.
what?
That's insane.
Oh my
All right,
You're still
cool.
way younger than the game, dude.
All right, cool. All right. Well, let's get into this, boys. Oh, actually, before one more question. Any of you guys see the Minecraft movie?
No.
Man,
I'm 39, mate.
no, that's
we just talked about those.
it is so good, bro. Like, oh my god, I went to go see that shit. Wait, Shinya, you were there with me.
That's the joke. Yeah.
Yeah, but he
Oh,
had his
okay.
eyes closed the whole time.
That was a good one.
No, no, that movie is so. It's top 10. It's in my top 10 now.
Yeah, no, I'm watching movies with Shinya is the fucking worst, dude. He's the guy who's loud as fuck that makes it a point like he's trying to be loud as fuck. You are so obnoxious.
No,
You
that
love
was
the
David.
sound of your own voice so much, it's crazy, bro.
Why are you self-reporting?
Okay.
That's you.
No, that's
You literally took out your phone to record yourself cheering at a lion.
Yeah, it was awesome. I am Steve. Literal chills.
I heard that people like stand up and clap when they
Oh,
see the
yes.
thing.
Yeah, the people.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, no, it was awesome. Like, man, I've never seen a better like game to life adaptation ever. For any video game movie. People say Sonic was good. I don't know. I've only saw the first one. I got bored and I fell asleep. Maybe it's better because that was also my experience with Freerun. But yeah, we'll have to say whenever I go back.
You're actually narcoleptic, Grandpa. All right, go to bed. Just get to bed.
You do be
Over.
falling asleep during movies.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a tired guy, man. I actually work out. You know, I'm actually one of the few streamers who actually does physical activity.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, how about we go ahead and get into this, huh? Actually, one more thing before we get into this. JJ, what other games do you play?
So I have mostly played RPGs for like my entire life. I currently play Sword of Convaleria, but I'm struggling with it. I'm like barely playing it now. Barely have any time. I also have played Langrisser mobile for a really, really long time.
Yeah.
I do like quite high level PvP in that. But again, I just haven't had much time recently. I've pretty much just been solely on Wizardry.
Okay, I want to make sure I did a little bit of research on you. When JJ says he's
Holy
played
shit.
a little bit of Sword of Convaleria, he streamed it for 1,100 hours.
You've been Twitch tracking me.
Yeah, absolutely.
How fucking dare you?
Yeah, so yeah, just a little bit of addendum there for anybody who just
Sampled it. He just tried it out.
Yeah.
Okay, don't look up mine, man. Do not look up
That's when I
mine,
started
though.
streaming, basically, like properly streaming with Sword of Convaleria. That's how I got just my first few viewers, basically, and I still feel pretty indebted to them.
All right, cool. I'm gonna pretend like I didn't know that when I start recording. By the way, yeah. So I'm gonna ask you that question again. Anyways, let's get into this shit. You're doing intros right now. Good morning, gamers. Welcome to another episode of the Gotchcast. Today we were talking about all sorts of shit, and I'm being a dickhead by putting this little text over Kate's face. I'll just move to the right there, and we'll put it right. You know what? We'll put it right there. We'll put it right next to Jenna's ad. You know what? Now we'll put it right. We'll put it right there. There you go, chat. That's great. Look at that. Okay, you can probably squeeze in one emote for anybody who wants to be in the picture. I would usually put it next to Shinya, but he's too big. Maybe I'll put it next to. Wait, can we put it next to Shinya? Actually,
I'll eat it. If you put it next to me, I'm gonna eat it.
Wait,
Chad, I'm gonna eat you.
Okay, no, I'll put it over here. Okay, great. Yeah, we're doing another Godcast episode. Today we're doing a whole bunch of different topics. We're talking about the HSR power creep situation, the global passives, people quitting the games, thoughts on Genshin, thoughts on Limbus Company, lots of Wizardry. We actually have a Wizardry Pro here. You know, I played a new Wizardry, I played a new Gacha game on my YouTube and my Twitch, and as always, everybody says, "Oh, is this the other game that you're gonna drop in 2 weeks?" Which is just like, oh my god, shut the fuck up. By the way, today is officially the 2-week mark that I have played Wizardry. I believe.
Oh, a new record.
Yeah,
I didn't think
good
it was
one.
the stream.
Good one, dude. I will say, I think I'm like well over 200 hours in 2 weeks. So, you know, we're looking pretty good right here, man. I'm playing this shit pretty much from morning till night. And people have issues with it, and I think that's absolutely okay. I do think the game has a lot of issues, but I think the issues are still worth playing it for specific people. I don't give a fuck if everybody enjoys it. It's a niche game for a reason. These Hoyo titles, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's do intros first. And then I have a lot to talk about, a lot to bitch about, and I think there's some great things to discuss. So first up, we have Genocide. You guys already know him already. We call him White Lucari. Great man, really getting in there, you know, shoveling his way deeper and deeper into the Gacha hole community. God of Epic 7. Were you any good? In E7? Were you
I
good?
was pretty good. I ended top 100 one time.
How much you spend?
I think in total over 4 years, like $4,000.
That's actually pretty fucking good to get top
okay.
100
Hey,
in PvP.
I'm happy
Gacha.
with myself.
Yeah. Did you see that new HSR PvP like?
Yeah, Theory of Restart. Yeah.
What do you think?
That's made by
I'm
some
gonna try
Galera people.
Oh, really?
I'm gonna. Oh, really? Huh. I'm gonna
Okay.
be playing in a tournament thing of it at some point, so I guess I'm gonna find out.
Why? When are you doing that?
Maybe in like a few days.
What the fuck? Bro, I got invited
Bro's
to
checking
do,
his email.
No, I got invited to do crazy sponsors for that game. I did not get no fucking tournament invite. No, that's bullshit. Who else is going to be in it?
Bro's checking his email right now.
Do you know?
I don't even know if I can say. I have no idea.
You know what's crazy? You have my phone number and you can text me that information. Which is
Oh,
what's
that's
great.
so weird.
Yeah, you should do that because I'm actually so curious because I'm getting pissed if I'm not invited to that shit. Who got you? That's you know what? Never mind. Fucking. Anyways, man, what the fuck, man? No, that's bullshit. Whatever. I'm gonna be in another tournament that you weren't invited to, but I'm gonna get you into that anyways because I'm a good friend. But I wouldn't expect you to do the same for me. That's fine, Mr. Pokey. I mean, Genocide. Yo, next up we have the largest gamer in the gacha space, pound for pound. The fattest. I need to chill, bro. We have Shinya, which I'm so happy. He's streaming again. He's making YouTube videos again. He's lost 76 pounds. Looks good. The future is bright. His bed frame's thanking him for that every single day. And yeah, man, it's good to have you back. Why'd you get back into the gacha space, man? I thought you were gone. I thought you were dead.
Well, real quick, because I could fit now.
Okay.
I lost some weight so I could actually fit back into the gacha space.
What's the actual
also-
number
of what?
of how much weight you've lost?
Oh, so I mean, technically like 67-ish. I started at like
awesome.
460-ish. Yeah, this was like a year and a half ago now. But yeah, but I'm spending a lot more money on gacha now than McDonald's. So
Good.
it's not like I'm saving money. It's not like I'm shuffling the money around.
Dude,
That's honestly
it's good
worse.
to be back.
I
Yeah, it is
remember
worse.
when I was poor as fuck, and I would always think I could do a 10 pull or I could eat dinner. Which one
Yup.
should I do, bro? I feel like so many people probably still do that until today, even in my chat. Chat, type 1 if you've
100%.
ever skipped a meal so you could pull more in a gacha game. That is such a morbid question, but I know that has to be deeply relatable to so many people, and that's so sad. Jenna, were you ever that down bad? No?
Oh. Well, actually, okay. Actually, wait. I might be worse. I think I literally screwed myself for my whole life because my parents would give me $5 for lunch every day, and I would just save that. And so then I got into the habit of never eating food.
Oh, that's
So
like the
maybe
same
I'm worse
thing.
off.
That's
Yeah,
the
that's
same
like the same
thing.
thing, but worse.
You should try and eat food. It's pretty good sometimes.
It's very
On
it's
occasion.
very good all of the time.
I don't see how you would know, a slim chap such as yourself.
Oh, hold on. At least take me to dinner first.
Oh, man, bro.
Well,
That's an
Until
expensive
the
date.
joke is. See, the joke is.
Yeah, we get it, man. But yeah, so it's just no, but like for real, like I heard Wizardry sparked your passion for like getting back into streaming. Is that true?
Oh yeah, 100%. It's nice, and I say this for everyone. Don't play a game you hate to stream because you're just gonna be miserable. Go live and play a game that actually you have fun playing. Who cares about your viewer count? Just play something that's fun. The viewers will eventually come as long as you're an interesting person.
Yeah. What up, Box 2? Yeah. Anyways, next up we got Kate, who I haven't had the privilege to talking to in quite a while. My favorite person to play Fortnite with. One of the biggest shit posters in the community. You know, you were quite the drama starter, but you kind of cleaned up your act. I haven't seen you be I haven't seen any shit disturbing from you. No provocative posts. You kind of cleaned up your act, and you know, it's great to finally talk. How are we feeling?
I'm feeling a lot better. I have kind of retired the drama slop a little bit. I like to poke a little fun on Twitter sometimes, a few memes, but like shitposts are fine, right? We all love shitposts. I think that's like a universal thing, right?
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
a little bit of shitposting. But I know, retired the drama slopper. No longer a wooer tourist, and I'm now a wooer whale turned wizardry shill. So yeah, proud of the change.
Wait, what did you wail out on Wuthering Waves?
Oh. Brand.
Oh yeah, wait, C6 or what?
Only dude in the game, dude. It's like the only dude. I had to do it for the girls.
Yeah, but
well, you had G on, but you cheated on him
so
with Brand.
let me get this right. So for the girls, you had to weigh, and I hate to break the news to you, sweetheart, you had to wail on a gay guy.
I forgot. Yeah, he's your boyfriend. I forgot. Yeah,
he's for the boys. Sorry, sweetheart. Nail emoji.
Yeah, no, I got him. What I get? S6 R5. Him easy. Yep.
I will S6 probably another character in the future. I will never R5 ever again. I just
R5
have
is
no
great.
idea what you're talking
That shit
about
is so
at all.
ass.
I'm
It's
so
so
sorry.
yeah. So
Oh, you know,
Situations,
Arborist,
that's
it's like if you pulled 5 of his bow.
yeah, it's just like
Just
okay, what's the
unify
point?
them all.
Yeah, no, hell no. That's another thing that I wanted to talk to is I heard the weapons in Wizardry were fucking terrible. By the way, I do want to make this very clear for anybody listening at home. I'm not here to shill Wizardry on you. I genuinely don't give a fuck whether y'all like this game or not. I'm here because I like it. I don't care if anybody else plays it. I don't give a fuck if you think this game is bad. It's just something that I enjoy, and that's the reason why I play video games. I don't play video games for anybody else's entertainment. I play it for my own. So you're more than welcome to say, I tried this game and it was shit. Great. Your experience doesn't affect mine at all. I just truly don't care. It's a great game for me, and that's pretty much all I care about, yeah. But yeah, lastly, we have JJWF, right?
JWF, they're my initials, so JJ's perfectly fine. Cool,
Okay,
what the hell you
great.
want?
Yeah, I got introduced to this guy about 8 hours ago, was told he was a great dude, apparently has 800 hours of streaming Wizardry, has 1,100 hours of streaming Sword of Convaleria. What else is your tenure in the gacha space?
I played Langrissa for like 6 years.
And what the fuck is that?
Langrissa Mobile. It's an old strategy game series, and it's still a very big PvP gacha in China, but it's kind of deadish in global at this point.
Okay, so as far as the gacha space goes, you're in the thick of it, and everybody knows.
I don't know. When you guys were talking about Woo a second ago, I had no fucking clue what you were talking about. Like, literally no idea. It was all just like letters and numbers, and I was like, yeah, that sounds great, guys. Yeah, nice.
Okay, well, it's a game called Wuthering Waves. It's developed by Kuro.
Oh, I know what it is. I know what
Okay.
the game is, but that's about as much as I know.
Yeah, you should definitely give it a shot if you have never played. It's a great game.
I'm too old, mate. I can't play anything that requires any kind of actual hand-eye coordination.
Well, what's great is, as long as you spend tons of money, you don't need any of that.
You got tons of money for me, Tectone? Maybe a little handout?
Yeah. So how long you been doing this shit for, man? Are you new? Are you old? Like how long you been streaming for?
I only really started properly streaming when Sword of Convaleria went live, and I just picked up like a little small gathering because the game, loads of the content creators dropped that game real quick because the company behind it is a piece of shit. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah.
And I just kept streaming it for a while and picked up Wizardry when it came out. Nobody really watched it, and then lo and behold, I hear Genozad is sending people over to Wizardry. That there was like a little trickle of people coming in, hero of Wizardry. And then there was a Steam release, and a few people started coming in, and suddenly fucking Tectone's here, and there are about 1 million people playing the game, and everyone suddenly heard of it. This dead genre that's been dead for 25 years.
Yeah,
quite a roller coaster.
What's crazy is Genozad started playing Wizardry back in October, and nothing really changed. But when I started playing it last month, all of a sudden they doubled their revenue. Like, I don't know what that's about. It might just be a coincidence, but
Oh, you know what? You know what's funny? I looked at that. It's all Taiwan, bro.
Yeah, my Taiwan viewership is insane.
It's crazy.
The Taiwanese and Japanese whales, like, they are on a different level. You should see that shit. They just have rows and rows and rows, endless screens of legendary characters. It's wild.
There's this Taiwanese streamer or something that gets like 2,500 to 3,000 viewers, and apparently he's been getting a bunch of people in too. So like each nation has like some shill like me or him or that's just trying to get everybody they know into the game.
It's just, oh man, I don't want to get into it yet because I want to do that for the end of the video because I know this genuinely. My YouTube chat does not give a fuck. TikTok, and it's so funny, bro. It's so they're like, bro, we're not gonna play this fucking game. Stop talking about it. Like, I don't care, man. I really don't care. I'm doing this shit for me. I mean this genuinely, and we're probably gonna talk about heavy spoilers later in the podcast, but I do want to talk about Abyss 1 for this game, because I am actually so excited about this game that I am considering making original content for it. But I think the story is so good. I think it's so much fun. But yeah, JJ, you're probably going to be a little bit confused for a little bit, but trust me, we're going to get to a time where you're going to understand what we're talking about.
Doesn't matter, man. It's cool. I'll just pretend.
Hell yeah. Pull up Wizardry on the side, man. Grind to your heart's content. Yeah, I do want to talk real quick about the global passive situation and your guys' thoughts and opinions on how the 3.2 developer live stream was when I wasn't around to talk about it. I didn't hear any of y'all's thoughts. Genazette, I heard that you were in a podcast with 8 other people, and I just wanted to... Yeah, go ahead.
It was just supposed to be like a friendly gathering, but it kind of just turned into like a podcast because everyone was just awkward and didn't want to speak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so the cheap version of the Gacha cast was pretty awkward, is what I'm hearing?
I guess so, but
Okay.
Overall, I mean, the global passive, it sucks, but here's how I see it.
Okay.
I don't even think the issue is exactly the global passive and wait. The issue is that they've piled up so many problems, and this is the final straw. Because if, let's pretend the game was amazing and everyone loved it, and then they made the global passive, people would be pissed. But I don't think a lot of people would really quit the game. I don't think people would be at that point. But the problem is, they essentially continually pissed off people. People were pissed about the big update in Forest. People were pissed off about the story, the power creep, all these different things. And then they do the global passive and a spending event. So everyone just goes, all right, fuck you. Right?
Yeah.
That's essentially what happened. So,
I think a spending event is fucking psychotic.
it's hilarious. I think it's so funny that they made that. It's insane.
They knew exactly what they were doing.
Like, they actually just do not care anymore. They're like, okay, global passive, give us money. All right, spending event, give us money. They're just every possible thing. They just do not care. They're just like, we'll do any. They'll eat it up. They don't even care.
Genie's out the bottle at this point. It's like, okay, we might as well.
Like, I'm trying to think of the last game I played with a spending event. I can't even remember one. Maybe Cookie Run? Maybe? I honestly, because me and you played a fuck ton of Cookie Runs. Did they have a spending event? They might have, right? I mean, that sounds...
Maybe, but it was, if they did, it wasn't anything big.
Oh, wait, no, it wasn't a spending event. It was, if you summon this much, you'll get bonuses for summoning. So it was adjacent, however, that's still accessible without spending hard cash. The whole spending event is pretty fucking wild, bro. Yeah, what are y'all's thoughts on that? On the current direction of Honkai Star Rail?
Dude, every Wizardry banner is a spending event. I would be real mad.
We're gonna get into that.
I think this is the canon event that is going... Okay, so let's talk about this a little bit of chat earlier. So you know how Genshin was good for a long time, and then it started getting shit. Content creators started defending it. We are literally in that same moment in time as HSR is. We are watching the current day Enviosities and Psyoxes being born in front of our eyes, and we don't realize it. We are stuck in a time loop. This is Genshin 2.0. The same situation is happening. It was a good, fun game. It started getting bad over time. Nobody called it out. People were afraid to call it out. There's going to be some CCs left that completely shill the game, and in a few months' time, they're going to be memed on.
Like who?
And oh, man. I don't want to say any names.
Oh, okay.
Unless you want me to instigate.
No, I mean, no, because here's the thing. Your motherfucker, he just one-shot me. I was full HP. Okay.
That's
Welcome to Wizardry.
Yeah, okay. Jesus fucking Christ. No, I mean, I agree with you. I do feel like we are witnessing a new era. And what really breaks my heart is that I did really love Honkai Star Rail. I did really love Genshin. And I remember when I tried Honkai Star Rail, everybody was saying, oh, it's just going to be another Genshin situation. Just give it 2 months. Well, it wasn't 2 months. It was more like, what, 2.5 years? Yeah. And the thing is that I don't think anybody can tell me that what I'm saying isn't reasonable. And I think that actually makes me feel a little bit better, because when I told everybody that Genshin was fucking bad, I had no allies. Like none. Like legit none. everybody turned on my ass. They said, no, fuck this guy. He's just a hater. I do think it is a lot better in Honkai Star Rail because I'm glad at least some of the content creators, they're being hypocritical rather than just straight up retarded. Because I was being told that, like, oh, you're just making up problems for no reason, when I warned everybody about Genshin Impact storytelling, their weapon banner system, all that shit. Like, I remember when people were telling me the weapon banner was good because it's exciting to not know when you're gonna get it. That's why they didn't want pity. Like, it was ridiculous. It was fucking nuts. I think it is the Genshin Wars to a lot less degree. And I'm gonna be real. I have no desire to re-engage in PvP unless absolutely necessary. I'm just really not that guy anymore, man.
I think it is very funny. We are literally witnessing, and people don't realize it, a new mint picker, I'm the only mother effort that should be getting praised in front of our eyes with the stupid and greedy meme. It's basically the same thing. Basically the exact same thing. And the funny part is, now that we're all like shilling Wizardry and playing Wizardry a lot, it's like we're stuck in a time loop, man. We already went through this with Genshin. We fucked up. We didn't get the good ending, and we fucked up again, just like Kate in Abyss 1 that can't get out of it. We fucked up again. HSR is happening, and we're going through the Abyss again, and we're going right back to square one because we didn't get the good ending, and we didn't figure out what we need to do.
Yeah. It's the 2-year timeline. Like, that's it. Like, at the end of the first year, like, the red flags appear, and we're like, oh, okay. That's not all right, but we'll just power through anyway because we like the characters, we like the story, it seems interesting. Follow up another year, and then those red flags are the reasons why people start quitting. They become so bad. It's like, okay, like the same thing happened with Honkai Star Rail, right? Like you had Acheron like a year ago, and now it's following another year. It's like, oh shit, like it's really bad now. Same thing with ZZZ, right? It's coming up to a year. Miyabi wasn't even a year, to be honest. It's happening sooner with ZZZ. And people are like, oh shit, okay, is this the red flag? Like, is this it now? We have to watch out for. So
yeah, I do think people are being a little bit. They definitely have the wool over their eyes when it comes to just how bad of an idea Miyabi was for Zenless Zone Zero. I think people will realize it eventually, but it is kind of crazy how long it's going to take people to understand that. There's so many hardcore Zenless Zone Zero defenders in the comments. It's a little bit mind blowing.
Oh. I think what we need to do, I think we need to go back to like floor 2. I think we need to farm this like ore, and we need to get some shields for Ellen Joe, like some light shields. That way she can dodge the power creep from Miyabi. If she can do that and we can save her, we'll actually get the good ending, and ZZZ won't end up like Genshin and HSR.
Yeah.
I think this is one of those canon events.
Here's the thing. They currently are in the good ending. This is the best it's going to get because they make way less money, so they actually have to try. And it's really not going to get any better than that because I think as Honkai Star Rail, they realized people are just going to eat it up. People are just going to keep eating up. Like, it doesn't really matter. Ooh, you got one shot again. But with ZZZ, like, they have to put a lot more effort in, and they are. And you can tell, but you know what? The moment people go, hey, you know what? ZZZ is really great. I really like this game. And everyone starts piling into that, maybe from other games. The moment it's going to be the same thing. We've seen it twice. Are we really going to fall for the third time? I mean,
I will say what really sucked the other day is that Saint Tontas tried to go live and showcase the issues with Zenless Zone Zero, but the problem is that he's so dog shit at the game that nobody took his critique seriously. They shit on him and told him to get good. So that, to me, that was hilarious. And you guys should go watch that video if you haven't seen it. It is pure cinema of how trash he is in that game. But that's coming from me, right? That's coming from me. So it was like, I'm not a parry, not a dodge. It was so funny. But yeah, that being said, the ZZZ community is going quite elitist. But I mean, my big issue with ZZZ is just, I just think the UI. You know, the UI is just so fucking bad, bro. I play it.
Oh, you need help. Okay, like it's not
the
that
UI guy.
bad.
No, dude, I log in and I'm like, where's the place to farm the disc? Where's Fall Guys at?
Bro couldn't find run as administrator, so we shouldn't be using you as the litmus test there, buddy.
Okay, you know what's crazy? I got no idea what the fuck that is. What is that?
The run as administrator, you know, the thing that just happened 10 minutes ago where you couldn't figure out how to run Wizardry as administrator?
Oh,
run.
I thought you said run as administrator.
Yeah. I was like, you were talking about a person. I thought it was like an NPC.
I thought you said Genozad.
Oh, what the fuck? No, you're good, man. Yeah, no idea what the fuck you were saying there. That's so funny. Yeah. Have you played Zone Zone Zero, JJ, or no?
I haven't played any of these games.
That's okay.
Could I make a comment?
Yeah, absolutely.
Is that okay? I'm ignorant. I'm stupid. I've never played these games, right? But
Okay.
like, you will play Honkai Star Rail, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is the draw of the mechanical combat at that game? I've always wondered, like, what do people see in it? I know the story
There's
and
not much
it's a
mechanical
Hoyo game and
combat in
everything.
Honkai Star Rail.
And
But
Honkai Star Rail.
it's just like generic RPG combat, right? It's like
It is an
super
easy-
generic.
Casual way of getting into a strategy turn-based game that requires very little thinking. It's very flashy and shiny and nice. So it's just kind of good to get into, especially if you're a more casual player. Just really nice to get into. Like if a casual player played Wizardry, they would kill themselves. Like it was like
Absolutely.
it,
Yeah,
like
we
it's
talk
just
about this
so
a lot.
opposite.
All the Hoyo games are just like really accessible, aren't they? That's like the biggest draw.
They're a
of
game
them.
made
That
for
is-
everyone.
Yeah.
But that's why they're not perfect for any single person. Like anyone can play it and get into it, but it doesn't have that draw that someone would be like, this is the best game ever made.
Yeah. Honkai Star Rail doesn't have much like skill expression when you play it in the turn-based sense. All of that comes from the team preparation and the characters you pull. And that's really like its own downfall right now. Like that whole point of where the skill comes from, where the power comes from, is the whole reason people are quitting in the first place. It's quite ironic it's dying by its own hand. The way its core gameplay is the reason why it's failing. It's quite funny.
That's why I can never really play those games. I guess just get super bored of that gameplay. I get tired of it after about 30 minutes.
It
Sorry to
does
derail,
look-
by the way. My apologies.
It does look super fucking pretty though. Like it is a very polished looking game. It's very
I'm gonna-
flashy.
It's
I-
crazy.
you know,
Like-
Okay, this is gonna sound like I'm a hater, but if you just look at the models, like just look at it, like zoom in, look at the models, and then you look at something like Arknight's Enfield, maybe I'm just jaded. It's just like this doesn't even look good to me anymore. It does not look good because you can see
Getting
something that's like
cel-shaded.
100 times more detailed, way more shading, way more just everything. Like each particle of the clothing, it feels like you can see it all. And I'm
Well-
just like, this is actually really like low res feeling to
Well,
me.
Enfield obviously looks better. I mean, it came out later, right? So, like, I mean, 100% it does 1,000,000%.
Okay, but like, how many billions of dollars you got to need to make something look good? Like, what's the excuse for that? Really? Like, there's
Star Rail
games that
still
came
on
before
PC?
that still look better.
Okay, but I would say when Honkai Star Rail came out, when Genshin Impact came out, they looked better than everything else.
And it was also good for them because they could run on mobiles really easily. That's why. Like
Yeah.
it's yeah.
Yeah, I
Those
will
games
say.
feel like the World of War. Oh, sorry, Tete.
Yeah. Yeah, I went on vacation recently, and I actually bumped into some people who played Genshin Impact, and I zoomed in because usually when I go on a rant, I zoom in on myself because I'm a narcissist. But I ran into, coincidentally, a couple of autistic people who really loved Genshin Impact and loved Wuthering Waves. And what's great is that even though these people love Wuthering Waves too, they weren't able to play it on mobile because it was too hard, right? They said, oh yeah, good luck. Yeah, I just play Genshin on my phone because I actually can't beat Wuthering Waves on my phone. So I do think a lot of it comes down to system specs for Hoyo games for just being very accessible, as well as like keeping the gameplay simple to where people can play it on their phone and their PC and everywhere they go. That being said, the best mobile gaming experience I've ever had is Cookie Run Kingdom and Wizardry. Very easy to play on phone. But yeah, I feel like as far as graphics go, we're going to see a new resurgence of games that are going to shit on Hoyo titles. I do think Enfield does shit on everything Hoyo's made. I think Ananta shits on everything that Hoyo's made. I think Azure Stellar shits on everything that Hoyo made. And I'll be real, I'm getting to the point where I might just want to give up on all Hoyo titles in general. Because I just don't have faith in the developers. I just fucking don't. And every single time I give them a little bit of hope, they just fucking fuck me. And it's terrible.
Oh yeah. HSR is literally, I've played these games before of Genshin. Like, it's the same fucking thing. Like, we're going down the exact same path, beat for beat, time for time. Cab pointed out it's like that 2-year cycle where the game just really starts to go downhill. And I think ZZZ is going to suffer the same fate. I don't think there's any avoiding it at this point. I think the company is so set in their ways, unless they saw a significant impact to their revenue, nothing will change. People are saying, oh, well, they're downvoting HSR on Google Play. It's at a 2.8. That doesn't matter. Those same people that are leaving 1-star reviews are still playing the game and are still spending money on the game. They don't give a fuck about their rating. They just give a fuck about their revenue. And that's where you
Then
need
it's
to
showing on Twitter and posting screenshots.
Yeah,
I will
you
say
need to
though,
talk
like,
with your wallet.
I agree. Vote with your wallet, but it really does break my heart with Zenless Zone Zero because then again, I've never been the craziest fan of the combat, but the story is very fun, and I don't think the story's bad at all in ZZZ. I want to make that very clear. I think the Astriel Evelyn shit was kind of weak, but other than that, they delivered a pretty good story for 1.4 and 1.3, 1.2. And also the models are beautiful. I think the environment's very fun. I feel like the MC is the best MC in any Hoyo title by far. I love Bell.
Oh, you know why? Because they're not a self-insert.
Yeah.
That's why they're good.
Yeah,
All these things, like, you answer questions, but they don't matter, and you're just not even a character. You're a fucking blank slate. You're boring. But she's an actual character.
Yeah. Having choices that actually matter is just so important to me. As a fan of like games like Mass Effect and Fable, it feels very good to play a game like not to shill it, Wizardry, where like it actually, I have consequences for my actions in the gameplay and in the story. It's insane. I really don't mean to be this big.
I choose to fight 2 Ents.
Yes, dude. I beat that shit too. I beat that fucking fight.
Whale.
No way. I just played perfectly, man. I played perfectly. It took me 5.5 hours. But it was awesome.
Play, mate.
Yeah, and I played great, right?
Yeah.
Hey, let me ask you a question. If I'm not playing great, why am I winning?
Whale?
How much money you spent again?
There's no whale on here. What do you mean? There's no whale. I've spent like maybe small loan of $1 million. Like nothing too crazy, man.
You got to do at least 10,000.
No, I would probably say I've probably spent it. Yeah, probably like 200, 210.
Okay.
Yeah. So same as
man,
shit.
you give me shit for like 2. Yeah, I was just.
Yeah, well, here's the difference. You're poor. I'm a millionaire.
Relax. I'm not even. Oh, yeah, I'm guys. I'm very
Nice,
poor.
man.
Please.
Oh, me too, man. Don't worry.
I do think that we are getting to a point that I'm very happy with a lot of CCs where, people always call me the drama guy, the drama starter, but I've actually been giving a lot of content creators the advice of, hey man, if you don't like this guy, just tell him to not react to your fucking content. And then bada bing, bada boom, all of your issues are gone. I think that's been great. I mean, there was an issue with Mr. Pokey and St. Tontas, and then there was an issue with Mr. Pokey and me, and then there was pretty much an issue with Mr. Pokey and everybody. I'm just going to be fucking real. Like, everybody had a fucking issue with that guy at some fucking point. Same thing with St. Tontas and Mr. Pokey pretty much got into an issue with fucking everybody in the space. But good news is that hopefully we're just dealing with this the best way possible, which is...
who that is. Who's Mr. Pokey?
He's this Chinese guy who was trying really hard to be like me, and then he realized he can't live my life because he couldn't handle the heat, so he had to get out of the kitchen. Because
I've been there as well.
yeah. Everybody at a point tries to be me, but they can't do it. Often replicated, or often imitated, never replicated. The original, the OG, the MC, the Gacha Jesus, all that shit. Good lord, I suck my dick so much it's crazy, man. I'm gonna give your mom the day off. But yeah, I think the Gacha space is generally going in a better direction. I also like creators like Gacha Smack who just say, yeah, I don't like this game, so I'm just going to leave. That was great. That was very refreshing to say.
We need more of that. We need more of that in the space. There's way too many people that are hand-waving it and continuing to play it. Oh, it's my job. I have to pull it. No.
Such a bullshit take. Yeah. Thank you, Shinya, for bringing this up. No, that is such a bullshit thing to say. Oh, I have to pull this unit because it's my job. Shut the fuck up. Your morals, you'll sell that for a paycheck? Fuck that. What were you saying, Shinya?
The funniest part to me is that these creators, they also get accounts to play on for early access. They can still review the characters. They can still make guides for the characters. Why the fuck are they still pulling them on their main accounts? Make the guides. Do whatever the fuck you want. But the fact is that you're going to pull it on your main account after you've been given access to these accounts to look at the characters early, that makes no fucking sense to me. It's so hypocritical.
It makes no sense. I'm curious, how do you feel about that?
I was literally told today that
Yep.
I should really pull on every banner and get a copy of every character so that I can test it because it would be content. And I'm like, with what money am I meant to do that exactly? Like, I'm not earning the big bucks here. I'm earning like maybe triple digits a month from Twitch if I'm fucking lucky. So
Well,
how exactly am I doing that?
here's
On
the
Wizardry
thing.
of all games. Sorry, go ahead.
The easy way. Well, this is going along with what you are saying as well. The easy way to make content is by pulling characters. That is the simplest way in any gacha game.
Yep.
You pull the character, you review them, you talk about them. But I'm going to be real. There's so many fun things content creators could do without point, especially with all the drama around Castrus. They could easily like just meme on it really hard, or they could use other people's footage and stuff and joke about it and all sorts of things they could do rather than even pulling the character. They really don't need to. And once you're done with your videos, you don't need the character for any things in the future, really. So I don't really think it's necessary to pull, especially with the content creator servers. That said, I mean, like, I understand anyone who doesn't quit the game, right? Like,
Absolutely,
I believe that
100%.
quitting the game is like a crazy like overstep where it's like, if you don't like it, just quit. It's literally the same that people always say, like, don't like it, just quit, which is the like most annoying thing ever.
Yeah.
So no one needs to like quit the game, but like, yeah, you really don't need to pull the character. Or if you do pull a character, just be like, yeah, I mean, I know it's a piece of crap, but I'm gonna pull them anyways. Like, yeah, it's hypocritical.
Yeah,
but whatever.
no, 100% just own it. But saying that you have to, shut the fuck up. Nobody has to do anything. But like, dude, it's gonna earn me an extra $200 this month. Yeah, well, also being truthful, sticking to your ideals is gonna benefit you long term. That way your audience knows that you're not just a fucking mindless shill that's gonna throw all their principles out the window for any opportunity to make 40 to 50 bucks. It's complete fucking bullshit. And I don't buy into it at all. Maybe short term it might benefit you, but long term it's gonna fuck you. And me personally, my ideals are much more important to me than a video that might be a 3 of 10. Fuck that.
I think it's kind of silly as well.
Go ahead.
There are some people who might like, oh, they don't like the game, but they're pulling out of spite. Like, oh, I'd hate this, but I'm gonna pull it anyway. It's so ridiculous. It's so stupid.
Huh?
It's
I haven't
silly.
heard anybody say that.
Wait, what? Wait, what?
I don't get that.
No, not like not necessarily like content creators, but like chatters. But I hate the game, but I'm pulling anyway because like, why not? I might as well. Like, I have my leftover jades, I'm gonna pull. It's like, that's just a stupid reasoning as well.
Oh, I've not heard anybody say that's weird as fuck. Yeah, that's fucking weird as fuck.
I'll tell you what you're saying is you wouldn't throw your morals out for a 3 out of 10, but you would for a 1 out of 10, right? That's what you're saying?
No, I'm good, man. Like,
I mean,
okay.
right now he's
Yeah,
recording
it was
a
a
10
joke.
out of 10, bro.
yeah, no, dude, I've pumped out 3 10 out of 10s because I just don't give a fuck, like straight up.
Well, yeah, I mean, that was part of something I want to talk about later is that, like, it's rough making you've got, like, stuff on Wizardry on YouTube right now. Like, nobody watches that shit.
There's
Yeah.
no EN audience. Ceiling is
Yeah.
not there for it. It's all in GPU.
Yeah,
It's very
but
hard to
also
make
just-
that content.
I
You
just
have
I
to
just
work
don't
really
care.
hard on that content.
And people will say, this will be the other thing they'll say, and you're only saying that because you've made it. Hell no. I've been doing this shit from day one, guys. I've gone from skit videos to rant videos to quote unquote drama videos, gameplay, me going outside making a potato gun. I remember when YouTube was about making what content that you want to make, not what content's gonna fucking perform well. And that's
agree.
and I'll be real, like, if all you're gonna do is make content that you know performs well, you're just not a YouTuber anymore, man. You're just someone who follows the trends. You're a mindless fucking puppet. You nothing that you say matters. It doesn't matter what you're interested in. You are just a fucking shill who's gonna do whatever gets you the most money. And I think that's pathetic. I think it's ridiculous that people even have that fucking viewpoint. And I'm hoping it's out of ignorance. I do truly hope. Right, because I think anybody making that take is just disingenuous. I think it's coming out of a place of ignorance. But if you are saying Castra's global passive is horrible, it is predatory, it's so bad for the game. Oh, but I pulled it anyways, guys. It's like, who are you? Why? And I want anybody in chat. I want anybody in the call. Why would you watch someone like that? I'm genuinely. What is the appeal to know that? Oh, this guy really doesn't like this thing, but he's still going to do it anyways, even though he says it's really bad, and he's still going to show that content to his audience. What's the point? You are losing so much PR.
That's really it. Like, oh, this content creator is playing my favorite game, and they could do nothing wrong, so I'm gonna still support them. Who cares? It's just people who don't care. They
Yeah.
don't see passive as being an issue at all. There's so many. There's more people who don't care about the passive than that do, and that's why it's happening at the end of the day, right?
Yeah.
There are more people who don't give a shit about it.
Yeah.
Do you need
also-
this character? Is this like a really meta character, like super meta
Okay,
character?
okay,
Sorry.
dude, JJ, let me break. Oh my god. Okay, so let's say Castorus. I'm getting worked up. Sorry, this is really pissing me off. I hate this fucking character.
It's cool.
Yeah, I was on vacation, and I was so upset about this. I had to go make a video on a rock in the middle of a forest about how bullshit this is. I shit you not. This character, okay, when your characters die in battle, they get revived. If one character dies, they get revived. If characters at the same time die, they get revived, right? Here's the part where it gets crazy, JJ. You would think when I said that, they'd have to be on your team. You'd have to be in combat with them. No, they just have to be on your account. If you pull this limited unit, every other character that you have on your account now has that ability. Yeah.
What?
Yep. They
Yep.
locked it behind a paid character. And here's the worst thing. They're also implementing other characters down the line that increase your universal speed on every character if you pull them, and your crit rate and crit damage if you pull them. Horrible. Fucking terrible.
I'd be getting out of that gacha immediately. Like that is red flags
Yep.
all over the place. Fuck
Yeah.
that.
No, it's fucking nuts. What game Honkai Star Rail? Yeah, no, it's ridiculous. Isn't that fake? No. Yeah.
Do you think
what's
it's as in like they take it one step further? Not only is like pulling like Castorus in Honkai Star Rail gives you a free revive or a buff. It's like for every Hoyo game. Like they have Hoyo buffs. Like, can you imagine that? Like suddenly like
Yep.
10% pyro damage or Genshin, like that would be insane.
I
Cross-game
made that
buffs.
joke. I made that joke day one of the leaks where I was like, yeah, just wait till we don't get global passives, we get Hoyo passives. Yeah,
Right, it's
that would be
so
fucking
happy.
ridiculous.
Something that I also feel like is not called out enough in the creator space is the amount of kickbacks and free shit that these creators seem to get from. It seems to be specifically Hoyo, but I know all companies do this. I saw one of the creators recently who has been shilling HSR and casters really hard. Got a nice little gift basket from Hoyo recently for being a good little boy and not speaking out against their game. That kind of shit pisses me off. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but that just feels scummy to me. I understand sponsor. Sponsor is a little bit different because like you're making specific content for that like specific thing they're sponsoring you for. But the fact that like they're getting kickbacks without being like sponsored to like make comments and stuff is a little weird to me.
I will say, on the off chance that you're referring to Mr. Pokey, I will say he has put out 2 videos saying that he thinks the passive is very bad. Now I don't. I'm just.
Did you watch the whole video?
I watched the
Did you
whole
watch
video.
the whole video?
I did. Why?
It wasn't that cut and dry.
Yeah, he did say that he thinks the Sunday situations are, but just on the off chance, I would feel remiss if I didn't at least try to put that in there, right? I don't want to go after anybody without the whole truth. But yeah, no, I can understand the concern 100%. Yeah. Sorry, go ahead. Keep going with what you're saying.
Oh no, that was it. I think that's just very odd.
I think there's
Just
a lot
very
of like
weird.
memeing about it as well, right? It's like the whole memeing thing. I think is a bit of a smokescreen to kind of normalize the situation, right? It's a tactic that people do. Like we meme
Yes.
about it, joke about it. Suddenly it's just haha funny, and then no one takes it seriously. And then no one fucking cares. You just fatigue people from saying the same thing over and over and over again. And then it's like, okay, global passive is really funny, and that's it. And then suddenly no one gives a shit anymore because everyone's just so tired from it, and that's what's going to happen. And what is happening?
Downplaying it. Yeah, it's downplaying the situation and turning it into a joke as opposed to something that we should be concerned about and we should be talking about in a critical light, as opposed to just haha funny meme. It's bad lol.
I think that's very fair to say. I do think there are a lot of people memeing it. But yeah, I mean, thankfully, I'm just one of the people where I'm just like, okay, well, I don't like the game, so I'm just gonna simply not play it. Yeah. Now I have heard rumors that I've heard rumors that they're firing Xiao Ji. I have heard that, but I'm getting to the point with Honkai Star Rail where I don't really give a fuck to stick around long enough in the space to find out if it gets good later. If it gets good later, sure, maybe I'll play later, but I'm just not going to stick around anymore. I'm good. Because I think that was the whole direction with the live stream was, guys, there's going to be so much cool shit happening in 3.8, you should stick around for 3.3, 3.4, 3.5, 3.6, 3.7. I'm good, man. I'll pass.
It's funny. Most of the 3.2 live stream was with them spoiling their own story anyway. It's like, we know you're gonna play this for 8 hours, but sit here for another 40 so we can explain it really quickly. It's like, okay, that's all you have to offer. It's so funny.
Well, does anybody else have? This fight is ridiculous. Good God, I'm just getting my fucking shit kicked out.
Which fight are you doing? Talk me through.
I'm just watching it.
Which one are you on?
I'm on fucking like stage 3, Abyss 2, and these fucking lizards, man. They're just fucking my ass.
The big
Your backline getting one shot.
Everybody's getting one shot. I mean, and they're attacking a million times in a row. Yeah. Mr. Pokey says, you got something to say? Say it to my face. You want me to add him to the call, Shinya?
I mean,
Mr. Pokey, do you want to join?
There's, I got, like I said, I've said this before and I'll say it again. I got nothing against Pokey and Brex. I know a lot of people are name dropping, but it's like, you could disagree with someone's takes and their business acumen and still like them as a person. I like Mr. Pokey. I like Brex. I'd have a beer with them. I consider them friends, but I don't agree with their business practices, and that doesn't necessarily make us enemies, right?
Sure. And JJ is just like, what the hell is going on here, bro?
I respect what Shin is saying. I think that's a very reasonable way.
He's like, where's the dungeon? What is going on here?
Yeah. Like people take it like people say like see what I said as like me attacking them. That's not me attacking them. It's I disagree with their ideologies and the way that they to conduct their business. That's not any of my business at the end of the day, but I'm going to talk about it. That's my right.
Sure.
Give me 10 minutes. I'm in league right now. Give me 10 minutes. Right?
Yeah, you're good. No. Take your time. Yeah. Cool.
Let's get your account manager to take over.
But yeah, for Honkai Star Rail, I really just think for Casterus, it was just it was inevitability. It was always going to be like this. I think I kind of feel like a dumbass, to be completely honest, because I really thought it would be different. I thought, different development teams, they're not going to fuck up the way they did with Genshin. And then they just fucked up. And
that's the issue. It may be different development teams, but at the end of the day, it's like all the people doing the finances and the ones that really care about all the money. It's the same people. The different devs that actually develop the game, but the people who care about the money, the CEO, the CFO, and the all the other high end people, same fucking people. Same exact
same bullshit. Absolutely. And they can get away with it, or they think they can get away with it, because for a whole year straight, people glazed the fuck out of the game, right? It's like Genshin could never, Honkai Star Rail's the best fucking gacha. They have that impression upon the people.
To be fair, the beginning of Honkai Star Rail was so fucking good. I thought 1.0 was so fire. Yeah,
it was totally deserved at the time, because it really was, and people thought they're super generous, they're giving all these pulls. But then as time progresses, you realize, we think they're giving a lot of pulls, but they're also releasing 2 characters every single patch, and suddenly after a year, people can no longer keep up, right? And then that's when the cracks start to show. Maybe it wasn't as generous as we think. I'm pretty sure there's a stat that even Genshin has better pull economy than Honkai Star Rail at this point, with the rate they release new characters, which is crazy. All the things that made great are really not there anymore.
I definitely do want to adjust people's take, though, because I do want to make it very clear that just because Genshin might have better pull economy than Honkai Star Rail, that game still absolutely sucks fucking dick. And if you actually enjoyed that game, you're just retarded. But just want to make that, because people are saying, oh yeah, you see, Honkai Star Rail was just as bad as Genshin. Yeah, 100%. That does not make Genshin good at all. Hell no, bro. That game is so shit. Cool. Yeah, that was very important.
Do you guys know anything about Silicon Valeria at all?
No.
Little.
So that game, imagine everything that you're talking about right now, but instead of being a massive, super conglomerate mega company, it's this little shitty ass studio that thinks they're way bigger than they are, and that is everything that's been plaguing Silicon Valeria in exactly the same way. So I can kind of relate in that respect, at least. It sucks.
Yeah, that's probably very frustrating to deal with. The other thing that sucks is that Hoyo, obviously a lot of COVID babies had the same experience. Hoyo kept me comfort in such a dark, dark time of my life that I will be real. And this is the part where I kind of, I don't really know how I would act, but I do feel that if Hoyo were to come out with a new game, I would give it a shot. Now, that being said, I don't think I would be too optimistic about it, but I definitely would give it a shot to see what it's like. But I'll be real. yeah, I'd probably just do the old Asmongold approach where if I play it and like it, I'll make 10 videos. If I play it and I hate it, I'll make 20 videos, right? And that's pretty much it. But yeah, I mean, I definitely think, you know, fool me once, shame on me, fool me twice, or fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, shame on me. That's kind of how I'm feeling with Hoyo. And I will admit, I do think I'm giving Zenless Zone Zero a lot of unneeded criticism, but I don't want to get fucked again by this company. And that's what's kind of getting me to just not want to give it a fucking shot. I just kind of don't care enough to risk being fucked over again. But yeah.
I think in this kind of time, people are now more savvy to Hoyo the company, right? Because when people started playing Genshin for the first time, people didn't refer to it as a Hoyo game. It was just Genshin Impact, and Hoyo kind of came second. And now it's like after 2 years or 3 years of kind of pulling up with absolute dog shit with Genshin, oh, Hoyo's doing this, Hoyo's the problem, and people are wising up to the company and the practices rather than like the game itself, which I think is the fair thing to do because that's where everything comes from, right? Yeah. So now like the more games you release, people are going to be like, well, it's a Hoyo game, so you know, you could be playing that for a year, then maybe dropping it afterwards. So I think people are a lot more wiser now to the practices. So people can be more informed now.
I do think a lot of people in the space have an issue with receiving feedback when it's actually like good feedback. Like, and I think a great example of this was Brand Online. I had a conversation with the other day where I just said, "Hey man, like you said that Malvika was horrible for the fucking game, and then you see Sixter. You're a fucking hypocrite." And Brand didn't get upset. He said, "Yeah, you're right. I actually really appreciate you telling me that. I didn't think about it that way. And you know what? Going forward, I think I would actually take that back. And yeah, going forward, judge me by my actions, not by my words," which I think is fucking great. Yeah. Also, yo, Mir, thank you for the 10 gifted, bro. I appreciate that. But yeah,
it's interesting though how someone couldn't see how that's hypocritical. Like to me, that's the insane thing. Like how someone couldn't see their actions would be perceived in that way. Maybe it goes to show how much playing these games, maybe as a content creator, kind of blinds you to really what is truly hypocritical.
Yeah,
I think the most surprising thing is you basically just shit talked him for 20 minutes, and he actually took it in the best possible way any human could. That was the most insane part. You trashed him, but he was like, you know what, you're right, and I was like, what the hell, like holy.
I will agree. I 1,000,000%. You know, and people have said this about me. It's not like I'm saying anything wrong. It's just I'm saying it like a complete asshole. Right?
Yes. So you see, that's the thing. Yeah, you come off in a certain way.
Yeah.
Also, good luck where you're at.
Oh yeah, good luck. I think a lot of the content, like some of them. I think Brand Online is a perfect example of someone who is an actual adult content creator. Like he's able to take feedback, he's able to self-internalize all of it and realize that he fucked up and he admitted a mistake. I feel like there's a lot, and I'm not naming names, and it's not Mr. Pokey this time, so let's relax, guys, that just immediately like take it as an attack and immediately going on the defense. And it's like, no, like we can talk about things. Like maybe Techie's an asshole sometimes, and maybe other people are as well, but like unless they're being completely unreasonable, like take the feedback. Don't be a fucking pussy. Just like accept the fact that maybe you're wrong. Not everyone's right. Techie's wrong a lot of the time too. That means it's like a matter of being human.
Like when?
Proof. I'm just saying, just in general. Nobody's 100% of the time right 100%.
I would say that I am right more often than pretty much any other CC in the space.
I agree. No, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
I would say the people who are the most right in this space are Genozad, myself, Gacha Smack. Yep. Yep, that's just my opinion. Genozad, agree or disagree?
I don't know. You lie about me a lot on stream. You lie a lot. I don't know. Does lying mean you right?
Yeah. When do I lie? When do I lie? When?
Like all the time, actually. And then I pointed out. But
give me an example.
No, I'm not a psychopath who keeps a book of receipts of any time you lie on stream, but you say something in the chat and you just say something about your mom, okay? Like no one's writing this down, bro.
That's the issue. We have to keep receipts. We have to start holding him accountable. We have to start having.
We're gonna start VOD timers. Like, at 20 minutes and 13 seconds, he tells another lie. I was there.
Yeah. All right, cool. Yo, Mr. Pokey. So, Shinya was talking about how you shouldn't say that a character's predatory and then still pull for it. So I think that's what you wanted to talk about.
Nah, sorry. Before that, wait. Shinya, why do you think I'm a min picker?
Why do I? Well, I never called you a mint picker for one.
I mean, you were seriously insinuating it, so why do you think I'm a mint picker?
Insinuating you were a mint picker?
Yeah.
Wait,
like
what do you
you-
mean by
Yeah.
nitpicker?
Greedy and stupid
So
is
you
equivalent.
literally verbatim said that the
Oh,
greedy and
yeah.
stupid is the same thing as mint picker. Yeah, so you want to
So
explain it?
it's becoming like a meme, right? It's becoming a meme that
Oh, it's a
is
meme.
sort of
Oh,
yeah,
okay,
sort of
okay.
like against the grain, right? So you're going. So let's be real. Like you saying that the passive is acceptable and that like you're going to continue supporting it is against the grain, right? In the content creator space at least, right? It's sort of like now it's becoming a meme that like you're going against like something, like the general consensus of the space. That's it. That's all it is. I'm not calling you in picker. I'm saying it's like the same situation.
I feel like that's not what your intentions were, man. When I was listening to the call, I felt like you were heavily insinuating that the content I was doing with my channel, it was very similar to like MVOs and everything, and you're basically trying to undermine my personal branding. And now you're trying to backtrack into, oh, just I'm just being a meme and I'm trying to make it funny because like before the global passive thing, you're saying it was like the whole like he's the greedy and stupid thing, right? At least that's what I'm feeling. Yeah.
I mean, I think you're going down the same route. I think you're taking it.
Okay, so
in
it's not
sort
a
of-
meme then. So I am becoming enviosity in your words.
Well, I mean, it's
You
a
wanna
meme
expand
now,
it?
but if you keep going down the same route, I think you would be, yeah.
Okay, so why do you think that?
Because you're defending the game, basically no matter what. I think that again,
I'm defending the game no matter what.
Yeah, like Cabinet said, like you're turning the issue, the global passive, into sort of like a meme and sort of undermining like the actual insinuation of how bad it is for the game and turning into like, oh, haha, it's just a joke. Let's move on, right?
I don't think that is like the way that it's been phrased, man. I feel like at the end of the day, people that don't want to play HSR, they just don't play HSR. Like for example, Tectone, right? Anyone can say, "Oh, fuck Wizardry, it's not a fun game or whatever," but he want to play the game for what the game is, and then he is
Sure.
like perfectly well in the right to do so. And I feel like
Yeah.
there is like zero difference in me liking HSR, and why is it being compared to I'm becoming like a meme picker, which is compared to the likes of MVOcity?
Well,
It's
I
like- it's
think
kinda
I think
weird.
the difference with me and Wizardry is that there's not anything that I say this is really bad, but I'm going to do it anyways. Right. Whereas the example for a lot of content creators like yourself, Box, Brax, you're saying this is very bad, but I'm gonna play it anyways, right? I think that's the difference. I don't think there's a parallel for me to make, but you can probably make that a parallel to somebody else. But I don't think that I should be involved in this specific comparison.
So, should I not play HSR because
No.
it's bad because of the global
No,
passive?
just-
No, nobody's saying that.
I-
Nobody's saying that.
Don't support the practice. Like, don't pull for the character. Don't support that. Like, you're continuing to play the game as much as you want, but I think if you are pulling for the character and encouraging, or I think by proxy, by you doing it on stream, you are kind of encouraging other people to do it as well. Even if you're not necessarily saying you should pull for this character, just the simple fact of you pulling for it is encouraging the behavior.
Encouraging the behavior, or what? Supporting a company
Pull-
for like the
sup-
global
yeah,
passive?
supporting a company for things that they might not necessarily
Well,
agree with.
Well, I think what's really important is more just you can do this on the creator server and use the characters and show them off and stuff, but by pulling the character and then using it, you'll be using it on stream probably all the time and you'll have the passive forever. I suppose that means that you are supporting pulling the character and supporting that practice by using your currency
So
to get the character.
Okay,
That's
okay.
what they're,
Yeah, I get it. So in like your view, if I pull for Castrius, it's being viewed as I'm supporting a predatory practice, which is global passive. But it's not as like, oh, maybe I just want to play the character.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Can I
pretty
just
much
fully
how
just
I
want to
see it.
play?
We're
Okay.
all kind of supporting predatory practices by just streaming.
I guess what I think.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
I was gonna get to that. Like, how can there be a moral high ground? Like, you're not being moral because we are all gacha content creators. We literally play gacha games. It is basically promoting
okay, but
gambling
the
to
thing
kids.
is, I don't think this comparison works because I think we all accept that we're already doing that, but this is a separate issue within that thing. That's how I see it. I think we all accept that we are essentially doing a morally wrong thing, which is playing gacha games and promoting them. But I believe that this is separate from that. This is a separate, you're supporting something else that leads to something else rather than this is
So it's
a
like my casino is like worse than your casino because my casino is
No.
global passive.
No,
It,
it's like
it does sound like that way.
I don't think it's not exactly like that either. It's just like we all accept that the evils of gacha, but it's more like this is something that is supporting, leading to a game getting worse, and also leading to an extra predatory thing within it, right? So I think that's kind of the issue that people have with it, right?
I
Yeah,
feel like
'cause
it's really not that deep because
So-
I personally feel that we're basically in a gambling casino right now for like these gacha games, and at any point of time, if the game ever reaches that point, what's stopping you from quitting? Just quit the game.
Right. So
But
let me
if
make
you're still enjoying your fun, all right, go for it.
Oh, I
So
did.
I think
mean,
the
like,
issue that we're having is that what makes a criminal, right? So a criminal is someone who shoplifts because their family needs food and they can't survive, right? But a criminal is also someone who goes out and, sets fire to a 7-Eleven, kills somebody. We agree that they're all criminals, but there's levels to this. Right. So obviously, I think there's sin involved in everything. I think there's sin involved with being a human. However, I think there's levels to that. And where gacha games are all rooted in negative practices, and I want to make this very clear, I don't think that's just gacha games. I think that's all video games. I think all video games are bad in essence. I think the real world is much more beautiful than video games. However, I don't think it's that big of a deal because there's ways to overcome it. There's ways to enjoy these games in a healthy manner. I don't think there's a way to enjoy global passives in a healthy manner. That's why when people say things like, they're all gacha games, they're all bad, we're all idiots, well, that just doesn't work because the levels of idiocy that a developer has to kind of rationalize in their head to justify putting that in their game is pretty bad. And I do think if a content creator says that this principle is horrendous, unforgivable, well, then just don't pull it. And I think that's what Shinya's saying, if I'm kind of putting your ideas to words there. Yeah, hopefully that makes sense.
Well, really quickly, I just want to say, I do think, Mr. Pokey, it's a bit unfair to say if you don't like the thing, just quit. Because
That's what I did.
I believe... Well, I mean, I did too, because,
Yeah.
but that's not only because of the gold passive or anything.
For
but,
sure. It was the levels of it, right? Like all of it compiling into one?
Well, yeah, but what
Yeah.
I think it comes down to, Mr. Pokey, is like, if you do believe that the global passives are bad, then you shouldn't pull it because you are promoting them doing that. Like, they win in a way, and they see that as successful and that people will pull anyways. And then that kind of just makes it so they go, oh, okay, we're going to do this more. They become emboldened to it, right? If you accept that it is so bad, but then you do it anyway, you're only accelerating that process, I think, is more the issue. So even if you truly love the game, you would rather it not go down that path, is kind of how I say it, because I think you as well don't enjoy the global passive thing. So you keep playing the game, keep making content, keep doing whatever you want, but it's more like, I think people see pulling that character as you are essentially saying, yes, make more of this. I think that's people how see it. Even if you are pulling casters because you enjoy the character and the story, people see it as it's also a green light to those practices.
There's
You know
some
what it's
big
like?
blows.
It's
Are they
like
gonna actually listen? Sorry.
Sorry, it's like Nintendo releasing $90 games for the first time and being the first one to do it. It's like, okay, you have a choice. You can like not buy the games if you don't want to do it, or you could like spend your money on the new games and then normalize it. And then every other game company is like, okay, they did it, now we'll all do it too. And that's also a thing people care about. Other gacha companies will be like, oh shit, Hoyo's doing this thing, it's working, making a shit ton of money. Now it's a normalized practice. And that's also like a huge thing people give a shit about.
Yeah,
Well, I just want to make it like clear though, Pokey. Like, I'm not trying to judge you or insult you or anything. I'm just trying to explain like this is how people view it as, and that's why
Right.
people view it as this thing where like pulling casters is a hypocritical or bad thing, because it's like you're essentially saying this is fine. That's kind of how it feels. Yeah.
Okay, I feel like me personally, whether or not I prove or cash race, it literally has like almost no impact because I have the early access server. I can play on my viewers account, I can play on my viewers account. Honestly, there's like so many different ways. But the reason why I wanted to prove cash race for myself is because I just genuinely like playing her and I like playing this game itself. And I don't know why I should be punished for not pulling a unit in the game that I like to enjoy. Because now, if I were to pull cash race, it's being linked with the connotation that, oh my god, I'm supporting a predatory practice. When at the end of the day, it's just because I simply like the unit, I want to play the game, I want to play the team. So why should I, as a consumer, not even let's just get away from the gacha creating. Why should I, as a consumer, be punished for not pulling for something in a game that I still enjoy?
Well, no, I mean, you're not going to get punished. People are just going to call you a hypocrite.
No, I'm being punished because I basically can't pull for cash race. Because if I pull, I'm going to be labeled as a hypocrite, and I'm going to label like I'm supporting a predatory practice.
Well, I think
and obviously I wouldn't want that to happen.
Well, I mean,
That's as far as it goes. Like that's it, right? That's
there's-
the conversation.
yeah,
The
there's like,
hypocrite. Okay.
yeah, if you
doesn't
do,
matter.
Okay, so I should
Like-
just be fine with it.
yeah, just say, okay, yeah, you're right. I can't practice what I preach, and then just do it, and then just say, fuck it, fuck everybody.
Why am I even preaching exactly?
Well,
That
then
people
you just,
shouldn't pull for casters?
well, yeah, you just made a whole video on like the global passive being bad.
Right, but how does that change anything with people that still want to play for casters though? Like, what would that global passive do? Like, if with or without this global passive, people still can play casters, right? Like, it is unfortunate that casters now is a global passive, but why does that has to limit the player base that actually want to play casters?
Well, I
Why
think that
must
people,
it be linked with a company's predatory practice?
I don't
'Cause-
think people
no,
who
like,
are
it's-
pulling on them have a problem with it, right? The casual
don't
community just
care.
doesn't care, right? But like,
So then
what
you-
we're saying is, don't act like you care and then pull it. That's all we're saying, right? Just say, oh, no, I don't
But
really
I
give
do
a
care.
fuck.
But I do
Okay.
care about it. So why can't I just pull it, even though I like playing the game?
Okay. Because, well, you know what people are going to say. They're going to say, well, clearly you don't care that much if you still pull.
I mean, I think,
I
that's a matter
think
of
this,
being a content
I think
creator.
this train logic just doesn't make sense to me because I should be very well in my own right to just still enjoy the game and play the unit that I want to play, while still saying that global passive is a bad thing.
Well, I
but-
think
So
you
this global
can-
passive, let's just say if global passive didn't happen on casters, it happened on an Nexa, it happened on like Mighty or whatever. But why should that stop me as a player from putting these units? Why should it always be linked to the, oh my god, I'm supporting a predatory practice, when at the end of the day we're all fucking playing Gacha games, right?
Okay. So
Well,
once
you
again,
you accept though that you do play gotcha games and that it is an evil or essentially like a bad thing, right? So I think what they're saying is you should also accept that pulling Castris is also a bad thing, and you're going kind of against what you are what you're preaching essentially. Maybe preach isn't the best word, but essentially what you're saying is this is bad, but then you're pointing it anyways. So it's the same as the gotcha argument. So you just have to accept you're doing something bad. I think that's what they're trying to say.
Or people can also come to the conclusion, oh, people just want to have fun in Gacha game. And if that's gonna make the day, then so be it.
right, but like, you don't understand that if someone's going live and saying this is really bad, this is going to destroy the game, this is horrible for the game state, but I pulled it anyways. It's like you don't get like how that's just like people are going to call you a hypocrite for that.
Okay, then am I supposed to lie and say I love global passive? You know, like I actually love global passive and like, it's the best thing in the world. Then what am I
Just own
supposed to do?
it.
I think you're going to two extremes. You're just going to two extremes. I think you want to have your cake and eat it too. I think that's the issue, right?
Okay, so I'm supposed to
Egg?
not love global passive, and I'm supposed to not pull casters, or I'm supposed to love global passive, and only then can I pull for casters. Is that a logic?
No, or just don't care.
That
No.
doesn't make sense to me.
No,
No,
you,
what do you guys
people
want him
will
to
call you a
do?
hypocrite no matter what, man, essentially in this situation.
Hmm.
So, like, you just have to accept, yeah, okay, people are going to call me that. I don't like the global passives, but I pulled it anyways. Yeah, okay, fine, that goes
I
against
think there's
what
just there's not a
whatever.
single scenario here where I can come out like me doing the right thing,
Yeah,
man. Because
I'm
you
gonna be
can't
real.
make me not like the game. Like I do like the game. So why must I be forced to either not care about global passive or think that global passive is a bad thing, and at the same time I can't pull for casters, or think that global passive is a good thing, and then only then I can pull for casters?
You see, here's
Doesn't
the
make sense to
thing.
me.
There is actually no winning because the company is doing something that's bad and it is affecting you. There is actually no winning here for you, Pokey. Realistically, you either
Okay, so I
lose
should
out
just
on
quit the
having
game
fun
then.
with the. No,
no one's saying
but
that.
like, it's not about quitting the game. It's just basically saying like, I still like the game. I still like Castris, even though I hate the global passive thing. I'm still just gonna enjoy the game. You guys can like hate on me for that, but whatever. I still like the game, and the passive sucks. Hopefully, they don't do it too much in the future. I think it's just.
I guess the
simple as
question
that.
is
There's no
why should
win-win.
a person hate a content creator for enjoying the game?
Well,
I
the
don't
thing
think
is, this
anybody's.
is
What
I don't
are
think
they
anybody-
doing?
I don't
No,
think
the thing
anybody's
is-
saying that.
People love drama.
He just said it. He just said it.
No,
he
no,
just
no,
said
the
that you're gonna have to come to terms with the fact that people are gonna hate me for playing.
No,
casters.
they're going to
So,
say
like,
they're going to
okay,
hate on you, but also people will.
Yeah,
hate
they're gonna
you for
hate
whatever.
on you. Yeah.
That's just
Yeah,
think that
the
has to
thing
be a
is-
Anything
content
you
creator.
do. anything you
Realistically,
do is
okay.
like it.
This,
So
the
wouldn't
thing
it
is,
be like
you were
Okay,
put
yeah,
into
go
this
for it.
position because of this entire situation with the global passives. It is a lose-lose situation for you no matter what, and it sucks. People are going to hate content creators in any sort of space when these kinds of things happen, whether they support something or they go against something. That's just realistic how it is. You're honestly just unlucky that you're put into this position that Hoyoverse essentially created the global passive, realistically. And we're not saying anyone should hate on you for anything. It's just this is an inevitability that will happen. And it sucks, but like you basically just have to choose, am I going to pull the character and then people will call me like a hypocrite? Am I not going to pull them but then I don't get to have fun? It just kind of sucks. That's all there is to it. We're not saying what's right or wrong exactly of what people should be saying to you. It's just this is what's going to happen.
I feel
So
the
the
irony is this environment where you say that people will hate on me because of this character thing, at least it's not something that is very prevalent, because especially for majority of player base, I think you guys have also seen it, very few people actually care about this. And the people that actually do care about this a lot, they probably are halfway through the door of creating Honkai Star already. Because let's just be real, every single people in this room, you guys probably don't really play this out that much anymore, right?
Yeah.
No.
I would say I played quite a bit until recently, and then Amphorius, the launch of Amphorius killed all enjoyment that I have. So I'd probably say in the past 18 weeks, I have not played that much.
Same.
Right. So I think my bottom line is, if the majority of the player base are feeling like, okay, this thing's happening, but I'm still gonna be able to enjoy the game, why isn't it on the community that says, oh my god, this guy is or like hate on this guy? Why should a content creator be getting hate in the first place when he is playing this game by putting for this unit?
Well,
Is it
I think
because
we've already addressed
he's
that.
facing this moral dilemma, right? Like if you were to pull for casual, then you are going to be supporting predatory practices.
What do you guys
Well, the thing
want
is,
out
I
of
mean-
him here? Might I ask? Like, what do you want from him? Like, what do you want from Mr. Pokey here? Sorry to
I
interrupt.
don't. I mean, I don't especially want anything, but I mean, all I would say, Mr. Poke, is like, I think people are just gonna be mad at you no matter what you do, essentially, and you just kind of have to ignore them. And I think the more you care, the more people are going to just use that against you. Honestly, Mr.
I think it's more like the people. The people
By the way,
that
I have no
hate
dog
on
in
me-
this fight, man. Like, I'm
Right,
just
right,
trying to
absolutely. Yeah,
explain what I'm
none of
doing.
you guys really cared that much about results, anyways. But I feel that people that you mentioned, they are gonna hate on me because no matter what I do, people that hate on me for pulling for castries because it's a global passive. I would say there's a very minority group of people, because I feel that when I'm playing the game and if I want to play castries and all that kind of stuff, I'm still well within my own enjoyment and I have fun doing this kind of stuff I'm doing. Whereas the people that say, "Oh my god, why can this guy? How dare he pull for castries because it's global passive?" I think it's more like on these people, and I'm questioning why should these people even have like give two shits about me pulling in the first place? Because I don't think that has any connotation with me supporting a predatory practice. Like just the simple act of me pulling for casters, it doesn't equate to me supporting global passives or predatory practice.
Okay,
It
so
just
like,
at least
I
for my
feel-
POV, is
I
just
feel
I
like
like the
this-
game. And I want to play the unit.
I feel like this issue is just so simple, right? Like there is a way that you win, and that's putting your morals above your enjoyment for a game. And then you win. You're like, yep, the character's bad. I don't like it. Even though I want to play it, I'm not going to pull it because I don't think it's good for the direction of the game. And I feel like that's just a win. You don't want to do that. That's fine. Then just say, yeah, you're right, guys. I know I said it was bad, but I pulled it anyways because it's fun. People are going to shit on you. Oh, well.
That's just
So
being
the
a
win
content
is
creator.
the win is me putting my morals higher than my personal enjoyment, because
Yeah,
not
of course.
pulling casuals is the moral thing to do.
No, for what you have said, right? For what you have said, which is this is bad for the game. It's very predatory.
Right.
CN, look at
Right.
this. All this bullshit with Sunday, right? It's not looking good. I don't like this for my game, so I'm not going to pull for it, right? Now, it would have been no issue if you said, I don't care. But it's just because you said that you cared, but now your actions are going against what you said you cared about. Hopefully that makes sense.
But I do care though. I can't pretend I don't care, because
But
I
you
care
don't
a lot about this game.
But you don't care enough to not pull.
Why should me caring about global passive affect my decision of wanting to play casters as a unit itself?
Because of what casters represents.
So she represents predatory practice.
Yes, yeah. The worst one in pretty much Gacha history in the past 10 years.
Okay, so I basically blacklist casters. So even though she might be a very fun unit, I need to be going above and beyond that and sacrifice my fun and just don't pull for casters.
If that's what you want to do, but if you don't want to do it, then you don't have to do it. I'm just saying if you...
No, it's not about the... Yeah. But it's like the right thing, right? It's the right thing to do. It's not about whether I want it, but it's like the right thing.
Yeah, like
Is that what's going on?
100%. Like there are businessmen, right? And businessmen are going to do businessmen shit, right? I had this conversation with Brax the other day. He was like, yeah, you're right. I am being pretty hypocritical. I had this conversation with Brand Online the other day where I said, why the fuck are you going live and saying Malvika's banner is so bad and then you C6 the damn unit? And he said, yeah, you're right. I'm being hypocritical. And that's pretty much it. Just say, oh, yeah, that's okay. Yeah, it's pretty hypocritical. Pull it anyways. Go have your fun. You know what I mean? That's just pretty much it. But I think you're sweating this a lot more than it needs to be sweat. Because like you're right.
No, just
like,
because
the
there's been
majority
this
of people do
sentiment going
care.
around, like, yeah, like I just think that there's been this sentiment going around me where like, oh my god, I'm supporting predatory practice. When I feel like my bottom line is I like playing this game, I like playing this unit, and there's nothing too deep about it. I just like playing this game. But I need to stop this narrative. And I guess right now, from the way you say it, the only way I can stop this narrative is because since people think Cassius is like the predatory unit, I just don't put her above my enjoyment. Right?
Yeah, and honestly, whether you do or whether you don't, it is what it is. You know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, your chat doesn't care. Your chat will not give a fuck. The people who don't watch you definitely care. Right? So, I mean, honestly, if you want to play the character, you can. You'll always have a Honkai Star Rail chat, and they'll say, yeah, Mr. Pokey, zero cycle that shit with Castris. But, like, for your own words, the minority of people who do care, yeah, they're going to shit talk you, but it is what it is. But I do think it's pretty fair to say, if you think this thing is bad, well, then don't interact with it.
Sure.
Yeah, because I think the only reason why people would call you that is because you said, oh, you have an issue with it. It's like the same thing when I had an issue with Genshin's weapon banner. I said it was bad, so I stopped pulling on it until they added the pity system in, right? So it's like
having an issue with global passive doesn't mean I have an issue with Castris as a unit.
Well, but she has one now. But she has one though.
Right. So one bomb, right? I just gotta skip.
If you care to put what you're preaching above your enjoyment of the game, yes. But if you want to go have fun, yeah, just take it on the chin. People are going to shit on you for a little bit.
But the thing is, I'm not preaching for people to skip Castris though. I'm preaching that I'm saying global passive is a bad thing. And it's just very unfortunate that right now, at least the chat I'm seeing, there's no gray line, right? It's basically Castris is a bad unit, and if you pull, you're a bad person. So now you got to skip her. Even though she's as a unit by herself, she's very enriching. Oh my god, she's very interesting. She's bringing new HP mechanic in version 3. But unfortunately, because she has the global passive, we got to skip, right?
No, okay, so once again, nobody is shitting on anybody for pulling Castris.
You guys are, though.
No, hold up.
You guys literally are shitting.
Hold up, I'm adding the addendum. People are only shitting on people who are saying Castris is bad, she's bad for the game, and then pulling her.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
If someone said, I love, like, they genuinely don't care about global passive, and then they pull Castris, no one has an issue, right? It's like, okay, you don't care anyway, who cares what the
By the way,
is?
I'm not shitting on anybody of any sort. I just don't care. But I'm just explaining.
It's always don't care. But the thing is, a lot of people do care. And especially why this is even the topic of discussion for this guy.
Oh, yeah.
Because a lot of people do care about this. Even though, like, almost I would say, like, 80% of people probably don't even pay attention in the first place. Because it's not representing
really
what.
Seriously. And it can be dangerous. You can feel really, really bad. You can feel victimized. You guys are way bigger than I am. And I know that you must get, like, some really, really bad shit said to you, like, over just trying to have fun in games and shit. I get
the
it.
thing is, I feel like it's really just very unfortunate that Castris, as of at least the chat that I'm seeing around, the community I'm seeing right now, she's a unit that represents to you guys that, okay, she is global passive. Yep. And if you pull Castris, you are supporting global passive. And it's unfortunate it is this way. It's no longer, if you want to pull Castris, it's because you want to play Castris. And since there can be, no in-between in this place, then I guess the more thing to do is to skip Castris, which I just think is very, very unfortunate.
I know, I agree. It sucks because I wanted to pull Castris too because she looks fucking awesome.
She looks nuts, yeah.
Yeah, like she looked.
The thing,
yeah,
Pokey. The thing is, like, that's why I'm saying, like, it's not really your fault that you were thrown into this situation. It's just an unfortunate situation, and it's also on the back of a pile of a bunch of different grievances people had with Honkai Star Rail, and this is the big, like, basically every grievance people had with Honkai Star Rail is coming to a head with Castris, and this is just like the situation you're thrown into, realistically. So,
sure.
Oh, your occupational hazard at this point.
Sure.
Yeah, no, I remember when I saw Castris, bro, when I saw her in the story, she was so cool. Then I saw the leaks of her fucking dragon attack. Bro, that shit looks busted. And then I saw that she had a global passive, and I was like, wow, this really sucks. Okay, well, I mean, I guess I'm going to stop playing. I mean this genuinely. I didn't want to stop playing. I didn't. I really wanted to continue playing Honkai Star. I fucking love that game. But, like, the story direction's going downhill. Xiao Ji fucking sucks. The principles of global passives being added is just ridiculous. Knowing that's being added to more characters is fucking ridiculous. The combat is more and more less about what you're fighting and more about who you're bringing, which is just like, I'm good. It's just not really going in a good spot for me. And that's why I said I'm going to stop playing, because if I said all that and I continued playing, people would call me a hypocrite. And to be honest, people call me everything. People call me things that are way worse. But it's one of those things where it's just like, if you're going to say that something's bad, then don't support it. And if you are, accept that there's going to be criticism involved. I do think Stop searching your name for who's shit talking you, Pokey. Stop doing that. Okay,
respectfully, the fact that that person was in your server the entire time and didn't get banned, it's either you or your mods not doing their job. So like, it is what it is.
I don't go in that. I don't go on that server, to be completely honest.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that person was pretty crazy. Oh,
yeah, but also
They
it's
hate
like,
your ass.
but it's also it's like, okay, do we really want to take one chatter in a Discord of 90,000 people and say like, I can't believe you noticed this guy? I mean, people get through the cracks all the time.
The style you say is pretty interesting, so I think it's a pretty funny joke. It's a pretty funny example. And I think at this point it's no longer like more like a one guy. I think like majority of your chat and like in Gacha police, they all hate me now because I still like playing HSR. So it is what it is, man.
No, I don't think so. But I mean, I can definitely understand how it feels that way. But yeah.
Yeah.
Mr. Poke, I do think it's sort of a one guy situation where like anyone, this happens to every streamer, you'll always see the more negative stuff than the positive or the neutral, right? It's just we'll always see that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep. All right, I'm sorry for ruining your Wizardry class. I know chat wants me gone. All right, bye guys.
Peace.
Goodbye.
See you later, man.
Wizardry. Yeah, guys, never as a content creator go into a server and type your name and look for who's shit talking you. Never do that.
Oh, boy.
That's just like not
That
a
would
good
probably
thing. Like,
that would probably hurt.
oh yeah. I mean, I'm sure if I were to go to anybody else's server and type in Tectone, oh man.
Do not go into my server and type JJWF. You don't want to see it.
Yeah.
Why?
You wanna
What's
see it.
there? I do want to see it. It's probably all true.
Yeah. Anyways, did that more or less make sense, Chad? That all makes sense to you guys? It's just like it's not really about pulling caster. It's about the people who are saying that it's bad and that are still supporting that. It's just hypocritical. We'd all agree with that. Yeah. Hopefully that all makes sense. Great. Yeah, I can tell it's definitely bugging Mr. Pokey a lot. He's kind of crashing out a little bit, but that's okay. It happens every now and then. Anyways, as we were. I think that pretty much settles everything we needed to talk about for Honkai Star Rail. Is there
Thank God.
Yeah. Is there anything else going on in the past 2 weeks or so that we kind of wanted to talk about before we get into Wizardry? Great.
Could, but it would be like an hour.
Okay.
So let's just get into Wizardry.
No,
man.
wait. What were you gonna say, Genocide? What were you gonna say?
No. I just want to talk about Wizardry. I don't care.
No, I just. Oh. Let's talk about the VAs. Oh,
that's what
man.
it was.
Oh, man.
Oh my God,
Holy shit, brother. What the fuck is going on with Paimon? Have you guys...
You know what?
They are
you know what?
crashing out,
Can I say the whole thing so we can just speed run this entire shit show?
Yep.
And get straight into Wizardry?
Yep.
Basically, a bunch of VAs bullying a guy who took a role for Kanich because everyone's on strike, but the guy lives in a different country, isn't part of the union. People start shit-talking him on Twitter because they're acting like assholes, even though they're still hired. They're shitting on a guy who got a job, even though they're still making a paycheck, which seems pretty absurdly hypocritical and ridiculous. They all look like assholes. And then basically nobody's on the side of the strike anymore, and now everyone's saying, fuck these guys. And for once in a million years, Hoyoverse actually doesn't look like the bad guys for one situation. That's essentially what's happening. Whether what I'm saying is true or not about who the good guy is, that's pretty much how everyone views it.
Yeah. I think it's fucking ridiculous. It's another case of severe hypocrisy of, yeah, so this one guy accepted work while I'm working, but it's bad because he did it and not bad because I did it. Paimon's VA is just a fucking moron. I've known this since day one. I mean this genuinely. I said I didn't like Paimon, the character, and she took that as, maybe I'm wrong here. I can't remember. I believe she called me transphobic. I don't know. I know they have different, I think they're a Z-Zim.
I think they're them, yeah.
Yeah, one of those. Because I called her a her instead of a they, so I got called transphobic, and they thought that I hated them because I didn't like Paimon. And then there's also a server with the voice actors where some VAs that I've seen, I have the DMs of, that have told people that if they interact with me, that they will no longer be interacting with any of the other VAs because you'll be blacklisted if you interact with Tectone. Yeah, Shinya saw these as well. Yeah, completely ridiculous.
I don't want to drag this on for too long, but one of the big things, and I know you preach about this a lot, I find it so weird how some of these voice actors, they literally become the character. When you start talking shit about them, you are talking shit about the character. You're talking shit about the character, you're talking shit about them. And I feel like a lot of these VAs, and some of the VAs I've personally interacted with this, do the same thing, and I think it's weird. I am Paimon. Like that's like their Twitter name. Like I am the character. I think that's such a bad behavior, and it leads to some very
If you
weird
shit talk
situations.
Steve, you hate Jack Black.
Jack Black. Yeah,
all right?
100%.
If you don't like Minecraft, you hate Jack Black.
Dude, so many of them do that, and it's so
Yeah.
fucking weird.
Yeah, well, they're doing it. They're doing it intentionally. Like they want to
course.
feed on those dumbass kids who think, "Oh, dude, I'm talking to the real Eula. I'm talking to the real Hu Tao, dude. This is my girlfriend. She's here." Because a lot of these Hoyo VAs blew up. Not every single one. I want to make it very clear. I think Sayu is a great VA. I think Amelie is a great VA. There's many great VAs. However, Max Middleman, amazing VA. But there's a lot of bad eggs of VAs who weren't shit before all this. They blew the fuck up out of Hoyo. And when you blow up as a Hoyo voice, you're guaranteed a streaming career as well. With at least 400 viewers, unless you're really that fucking boring, in which case, well, I'd offer to help you, but then I got told you can't interact with me anymore, which is crazy. That's okay. I still work with the VAs of Wuthering Waves. God bless them. I think it's horrific. I think we're seeing a lot of mask off moments. We're becoming aware of shit that pretty much everybody else who's involved in the space already knew. But yeah, man, they are delusional. They are dumb as fuck, and I hope Paimon gets replaced by AI.
It's gonna happen.
I think
People have to accept it.
That's a
the
statement.
views are becoming the modern-day celebrities, right? Like they are with the popularity of voice acting and anime coming into the West a lot more. It's just how it is. The egos are inflated a lot right now with all the VAs with that.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm glad
You know
we
what's a
got
shame?
What?
Oh, just really quick. Paimon's VA actually voices a character I like in a different game. And then I found out all that shit, and I was like, oh, man.
That means you should like, you should like them if they voice the character you like. You should.
Oh,
like
yeah, they're
that
my
person
best friend,
then.
actually.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Tectone, I bet kids do that with you as well, where they're like, "Oh my god, the real Tectone! Oh my god!" Surely, right?
They absolutely do. But I'm not like playing. Well, okay. That being said, I do. This has happened. People have come up to me in like conventions and they've asked me to be a dick to them, but I'm just not going to do that. When I meet you in real life, I'm going to treat you with nothing but respect because, obviously I play up a lot of aspects of my personality where I'm being even bigger of an asshole online. But yeah, that's always been fun at TwitchCon.
I respect that you admit. I really respect that you admit that. I actually really, really respect that.
Yeah, I mean, I try to, but I love the people that watch me. I met a couple at round one the other day when I was up in New York, and that was awesome. It's crazy how they all seem autistic, but you know what? That's okay.
Well, so is
We're all
most
a little
content creators.
autistic.
We all are too.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, anyways, now that we got all that shit out of the way, let's get into the main event. And I want Genazad, I want you to talk to your heart's content about your experience with fucking Wizardry, man.
All right, this will be good. So, I first heard about this game on the Gacha game subreddit. That's where I get like random news about new games coming out. I saw this game, Wizardry Variants Daphne, is coming out sometime soon. And as we know, the developers will always say they're going to do something, and you never know when it's going to happen until the day of. So basically, then there's like, bam, this game came out. I go, okay, I don't know, maybe I'll try it. Then a couple days later, decided, okay, I'll download it. Finally got it working on BlueStacks, because for some reason it only worked on BlueStacks on PC. You can't download it any other emulator. It doesn't work. And every time I was trying to open it, it would just close midway through choosing what country I'm from. Because, by the way, United States is at the bottom of the list, which requires like 500 scrolls. And I never got past that. But eventually did, got to go into the game, and immediately became hooked, was playing the game nonstop on stream. Was like, I just want to play more. I just want to keep playing more. And it was a janky emulator. It ran like shit. But you know what? The game was so fun that I was willing to put up with that. And I think that's the moral of the story for a lot of us here, is the game has a lot of flaws.
Oh,
like,
it's
an
so
insane
many.
amount of flaws. But the thing is, it's so good at its heart that you just kind of can ignore most of them and deal with it and suck it up because you want to just keep playing.
Yep.
Yeah. And there's not really anything inherently like harmful to the space in this game. It's just a fucking jank ass game. You know, like this is the game that you find at an antique store.
The pack starter.
It's a dead genre.
We're going to talk about that 100%.
Oh, we got a
100%.
lot to. There's a lot of things we can talk about.
Oh yeah, 1,000,000%. But
Send this all to the devs, by the way.
Absolutely.
We got someone translate it into Japanese.
They won't care, by the way. They don't know who Tectone is, I'm pretty sure.
Well, I don't know about that, man. Yeah, I would hope so.
You're loud enough that they've heard you.
Yeah. All
the way
right,
from
Shinya,
Japan.
what is your experience with Wizardry, man?
I think this is the perfect game that I have been wanting out of the gacha genre. I think the genre, and I'm still pretty new to the genre, self-reporting. I think this is something that is a breath of fresh air in the gacha space. Something gritty, something punishing, something that you're just gonna kick your ass. It doesn't hold your hand. You actually jump into it. It's gonna kick you right in the dick, and you're gonna smile and ask for more. It's revived my passion in content creation and streaming. I actually look forward to logging on and talking about the game with people and talking about it with other content creators. It is that good, and it is very rare, I think, for content creators to find a game that they absolutely fucking love and want to talk about. I'm so passionate about it. I know it does dog shit like on YouTube and stuff, but I want to make guides, not because of the views, but because I'm so passionate about this game, and I want to share that passion with other people, because I know other people want to, but they're a little frustrated with like the beginning experience of the game, because there's a lot of stuff that's a lot of very confusing, but I like that stuff. I like trying to figure that shit out and figure it out and like optimize it, right? Like I think that's like at my core. I love spreadsheets and shit like that. In this game, it feels like it's right up my alley.
You know, there's a saying that I learned the other day from Marco Meatball, which is sometimes you have to go backwards to go forwards. Yes, this game is not polished. Yes, this game, it doesn't look particularly good, but it does bring you back to a time period where things were a lot simpler, they were a lot more fun, and there is no information on this shit online. There's
Dude,
probably...
do you remember?
Go ahead.
Go ahead, sorry.
Okay.
I was gonna say, okay, I'll just go real quick. Do you remember when you first started playing World of Warcraft and nobody knew what the fuck was going on in that game? Nobody optimized their builds. Nobody knew the meta. We were running around as level 10s and grays. We didn't even know what a fucking talent tree was. We were learning and experiencing the world in the game. And I feel like that's what's happening right now. The game has been out for a little bit, so I feel like, you know, people like JJ and Genizad, who like obviously have more knowledge than us. But the fact is there's no guides. You can't go on Wowhead or Thoughtbot and figure something out immediately. You have to go to an obscure IO page at the subtext of a subtext, like figure something out. And I think that's fucking amazing.
Yeah, I think there's more.
You know
I think there's more misinformation on this game than there is actual information.
Oh yeah.
And you know what?
Awesome.
That's all by design. It's all by their design. It's their design philosophy. It's absolutely wild. Like that a game like this can even exist. It's an anomaly. It should not
JJ.
really exist.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they actually specifically said they don't want to have a lot of info out there so that there's a community that like discusses things, right? I think there was something around that they actually want, like, you know, I guess Discord groups or whatever of people sharing info or like making their own sites, and like that's how the info gets around. If you saw one of the recent when the collaboration came out, a collab, the patch note said added new event, various bug fixes. That was the whole Steam patch notes. Like, what the hell is that supposed to mean? This is your collaboration? This is like the biggest piece of shit notes I've ever seen. You got to open the game and be like, okay, what the hell is going on? They drop characters without even saying that they were coming out first. Like the character Gerard, the guy with the wolf pelt, he just came out of his first, this is a rerun that's happening right now. Yeah. His first banner just dropped with zero info. People logged in, were like, dude, there's a new character. I'm like, what? There's a new character.
One of the other things that really I love about this, and I'm drawing more parallels, it reminds me of like schoolyard talk and schoolyard rumors, where it's like there was no forums, there was no game winners. It was literally, oh, did you hear? Like my friend of a friend told me if you use strength on the truck in front of the SSN, you can get Mew. Like shit like that. And that, like, I feel like we've lost that in the current year. It's like there's like we know everything. Everything's already been figured out. I swear to God, I bet people are still learning new things to this day, even 6, 7 months, 9 months after the game has come out.
Tectone's getting so hype over
Tectone,
just getting like random ass gear.
Oh, sorry. I'm getting like good loot. I'm getting like crazy ass loot. Yeah, no, I'm stoked. Man, I haven't got a new staff in forever. I needed this shit so bad.
You know, it's perfect that you're doing that right there, because something this game does, the progression is insane. Every little thing feels so impactful. When you gain a level, you're like, oh man, that's huge. Yeah, so satisfying. You get a piece of loot, you're like, oh my God, this is huge. Like every little thing feels
You
like
beat
a
something
mountain.
you've been struggling on.
Yeah.
Say you've been trying to get the, I don't know, just randomly, like maybe the good ending of First Abyss for like 14 hours or something. And it's just been
yeah.
bugging forever.
Would you like
and,
to
yeah.
talk about that?
just a random thing. Yeah.
Actually,
yeah.
wait, no spoilers though until later. I suppose.
We're gonna
I think
get into
that's
story
fine.
spoilers later because I think it is so important. I also plan on making a video on my full thoughts on Wizardry Abyss 1 because I do feel like in Gacha games, that's one of the best stories ever told. That was fucking awesome. Because it's like, did that actually happen? Oh my god, it did? Oh my god, there what? Oh, it was so cool, bro.
Yeah,
because
you don't expect it.
It just drew me in so naturally. But yeah, it's been so good. Like I don't know what I'm doing, so I have to go get this, talk to my friends about what they're doing, and not get concrete answers and be like, oh, I should use this guy on a one-handed sword because he has this passive. I didn't even know he had a passive. Oh, okay. So then, and then I go talk to him at the bar, and then, they want the milk drink. Okay. Oh God, I pissed her off. Oh God, she'll never date me. And this was the great thing. I go to do my level 30 hunter exam. I try that for nearly 3 hours. And the way that I overcome it wasn't by spending money. It wasn't by getting a new unit. It was by playing the odds and playing better. And it's so nice because they level lock you to where you cannot pay to win those instances. And
You have to solve the puzzle.
You have to. And it's
They're like
so
stealth
fucking
missions.
good. Yeah. Anybody else want to glaze the game a little bit more? Oh, actually, let me give my experience on Wizardry real quick, and then I want to get to Kate's, and then I want to get to JJ's. So I got told by Genizard that Wizardry was a pretty good game. And I like Genizard quite a bit. One day, he's going to move in with me. It's going to be great. We're going to have a great, happy life together, and it's going to be beautiful. And I take what my friends say very seriously. I take what Shinya says very seriously, just like Shinya mentored me in World of Warcraft Classic, and he taught me the ways of playing a warrior, and it was great. And because of that, I was the #1 DPS in my guild. I love my friends very much.
Non-sweat.
Non-sweat, #1 DPS. Yes, for the casuals, I was the #1 DPS for, I try it out. I pick it up, and I say, wow, this game looks like ass. And it does. It absolutely does. And then I meet this girl, and her name is Lulu Nard, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's kind of interesting. I wonder what she's about. And then I go and I fight a demon boss, and he whoops my fucking ass, and I die, and I'm like, wait, what the fuck was that? And then I get revived, and I realize it's a scripted death. And then I get brought into a world where I'm revived, and I'm a zombie, and I have to kill somebody to take their fucking face and put it on my face. And then I'm like, damn, this really hits the spot of the good old days. I remember games like this from my childhood, and I have one spell on my main character, and then I get 5 more characters, and then each of them have 18 abilities, and I have to think about when the right time to use that ability is. And then I realize that one ability has multi-use. I can use sleep to do double damage, or I can use sleep to skip a turn. And then there's paralysis, but I got to play the odds and will the paralysis hit? I don't know. Fuck, will the stun hit? I don't know. And then there's the gear, and then every character can wear any gear, but the gear is really good in this specific way. But also, there's a lot of flexibility, and every ability can be used in 3 different ways. Every piece of armor can be built in 3 different ways. And then your character can be a fighter, it can be a knight, it can be a thief, or it can be all 3. And there's just any way that you want to beat the game, you can beat the game. And it actually feels like I have freedom of expression, and I actually feel like I'm playing a fucking game. And this is the only gacha game that's ever broken, not my #1 gacha game of all time, but also just, it's in my top 10 just games of all time, because it feels like a fucking game. And it's so nice. There's so many games like, oh, it's a gacha game. This is just a good fucking game with a good story. I fucking love Vernant. I fucking love Elmon. I love the captain. I fucking hate, what's the name of the one knight who's a bitch? Albion? Albano. Fuck him. The innkeeper's amazing. I go into the hotel. I sleep. I see my crew. I talk to them how they're feeling. I go to the dungeons. I hear them say, good job, Commander. And it swaps between each person. I sleep. I talk. It's just...
Albano's sick, dude. Every hero needs a foil. Every hero needs a foil.
Fuck Albano, bro.
Albano's a pretty darn good one.
He's such a giant asshole.
Yeah,
He is.
yeah.
He
He's like
is.
an irredeemable cop.
Yeah. But man, the game just feels so fucking alive. It is so nice. Like, I just feel like I'm playing a game. I love these characters. The fact that I can name the characters what I want to name them adds that extra layer of immersion into my game. It feels unique. I know my Itomas, the guy who's on my screen, Itomas.
Yeah.
Samurai.
He's not the same as Shinya's Itomas. I know he's very different. You get to pull a character and invest the points into the stats that you want to play and how you want to build them. For example, I had a Deborah. I went full luck Deborah, and I go follow-up attack build. He went Deborah. I think he went full strength.
Yeah, just full
Strength for Bo. Genizad pulled a Deborah. He went dexterity and speed. You know, like, you can take the same character and play them in so many different ways. The 3 stars are good. The 4 stars are good. The 5 stars are good. You can make pretty much anything work. At least where I'm at in the game, you can make anything work. And it just feels really good because you just feel like you're in control and you feel like your decisions matter. And it just feels incredible. And that's been my
There's no
experience.
guardrails.
Yep, there's
no guardrails. You will just make mistakes and
Yep.
then you'll learn from them. It's like you will fail, and as long as you have the ability to go, okay, I messed up, let's try something different, you can overcome everything.
Yep.
As long as you have that willpower. Just
I think
just
the game-
look at Captain Cabinets over here. 14 hours and counting, right? Overcoming.
Wait, what are you
I
stuck
can't wait to
on?
hear Cap's feedback.
Oh my god, I think that's something to say for maybe like the story spoilers because it's just like
okay.
it's a lot.
Okay.
It's a lot. I don't know. Like, I had a rough time yesterday. I'll be real, but I have been. I'm not a hater. I've been loving my Wizardry experience. It's been really great, and I think it's interesting because a lot of people said to me, "Oh, Cap, you won't like it. It will be too hard for you. You won't enjoy it. No, you're too much of a tourist and a casual. You won't enjoy the game." And I, not knowing that, I love turn-based RPGs. I also like tactical RPGs. You know, like I played a lot of Fire Emblem. You know, Fire Emblem games, little Persona games. I like those sorts of games. And going into Wizardry for the first time, and I was met with like a really like happy surprise by having to bash my head against the wall for like hours at a time on hard bosses, and I like that. And I like doing that in games, and it's rewarding every single time. So, you know, I'm the account of someone who is a casual, was seen as a casual in games, but even a casual can enjoy Wizardry. Like, it's not just for people who like hardcore games that it has to be hard. 'Cause I think that scares people away. I'll be honest. Talking about it like that does scare a lot of people away. But it's really not just for the hardcore. You can enjoy it if you are a casual, quote unquote,
Fuck them.
casual
If
gamer.
they get afraid by that, fuck them, bro. I mean, the brave will be rewarded. You know what I'm saying? Good. Filter them out. Hey, guys, I'll be real. You guys in chat, you're not good enough to play Wizardry. You wouldn't be able to handle it. You're just not good enough. Sorry, guys. Just watch.
Unlike Tectone here.
Yeah, Abyss 2, by the way. Crushed Abyss 1. Only took me 3 tries to get through it. I beat the dragon boss, under-leveled, is what it is. Yep, it was great. And yeah, I'm just pretty much insane at this fucking game. Keep going, Kate. Sorry about cutting you off. Also, this does feel like people talking about why you should be vegan. Yeah, keep going.
No, and I'm kind of mirroring, I guess, a lot of points that everyone else has really said. There is just so much skill expression in the game, and it's an RPG first, and that's really it. That's why it's just a good game. First and foremost, the gacha is second. The gacha part of it is shit, but at least the RPG side is just amazing.
The gacha
and
is so
it's
bad.
The stories.
It's
Yeah,
It's
it's
not a gacha
unbelievable.
game.
It's unbelievable.
They don't know what they're doing.
Yeah,
they
they
have
don't.
no idea what they're doing with gachas
No.
at all. It's not a gacha game. It is a game with
No.
gacha monetization. That's
Yeah.
the only reason why the game exists, because of the gacha
Game first.
monetization.
It
Yeah.
really is shocking how fucking bad the gacha is in this game. Like, it is fucking terrible, bro.
Well, you don't need it. So, you know, it's terrible, but you don't need
Yeah.
it, which is why it's great in the first place. But
Yeah.
no, I've been pretty much enjoying bashing my head against walls for hours, trying to solve some of the quote unquote problems and bosses in the game. It's a lot of fun.
Mr. Pokey announced that he's skipping Castros. So,
Oh.
What?
Holy.
What, really?
yep, he did. I saved him.
I
Yep.
think
Like, is
the
that meme or like actual real?
I don't know.
that's the problem. Nobody knows. That's the problem with Poke. It could be rage bait. That's the thing. It's like we don't know.
No, obviously people are just gonna get mad at that, right?
I mean, not me. I said, hey, Pokey W, man. Good for him. I think that's awesome. No, I really think that'd be great for his PR if he were to do that. I think it's very important that if you were going to preach people to not to do something, that you lead by example, and I think that's great. Yep.
I think it's very, very cool how Wizardry sort of gives a new meaning to failure, right? Just the fact that like every time I've died in this game, not every time, because there's sometimes where it's just like, oh, I got ambushed and my MC immediately died. Every time that I've lost to like the lack of my own skill expression, it's like thinking back of all like there's like 100 different things I could have done differently, and I feel like Doctor Strange and Endgame, where it's like I see like 10 different million like instances of like what I could have done differently, and like maybe one or two of them make sense. But failure is just like a learning experience in this game, right? I feel like in other games like WoW stuff, it's like, oh, I bash my head against it and I'll eventually get it right. I don't think you can really have that thought process in this game, because you're just gonna get filtered.
I don't know if WoW applies to that. I would say maybe Honkai Star applies to that, but I think there are some games or some fights in
I think WoW you can.
It's pretty skillful, isn't it? It's like
it's skillful
combat.
Nah, I heavily disagree.
It's more skillful than I can play.
I'm gonna be real. Wizardry is 1 million times harder than Wuthering Waves will ever be. Like
I agree.
At any point.
I 100% agree. I don't think there's a way to slam your head against certain fights and win. Like there's some fights that are pretty ridiculous. Like hologram 6s are ridiculous.
Okay, I actually kind of disagree. Other than
I agree. I disagree as well.
The Hecate boss, boss, okay, like you will die if you just slam in your face. I think every other hologram you can actually, with a full team, kind of just face roll.
Just face roll. I completely agree. I haven't fought that boss. Yeah, I haven't fought that boss. I haven't fought Hecate, but every hologram that I've done, it just gets to the point where it's like you're eventually gonna get lucky. You're gonna luckily hit that parry. You're gonna luckily dodge at the right time. You will not. You might get lucky with like crits here and there, or like evades here and there on Wizardry, but I don't think you could just face roll it, turn your brain off, and auto it, right?
You could. No, because by that same logic, then the boss will just miss every attack.
Yeah, there's a lot of variance in Wizardry variants. Like there is a lot of variance. You can have really bad strings or really good strings.
Wizardry variants.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
I think Wizardry is planning and decision making, and I think Wuthering Waves is skill and timing. So yeah, I mean, I think they're very similar. That's why I think they're both very good. We can obviously agree to disagree, Shinya, but I do think that there are some fights in WoW where it's like you need to understand the game if you want to beat this, or spend a fuck ton of money, which is
that does work.
Yeah, because in Wizardry you can't necessarily spend a lot of money and win. You cannot do that. However, in Wuthering Waves, you absolutely could do that.
Well, no, the thing is, you technically could in Wizardry, but the thing is, the packs are so badly priced, it would basically cost $100,000 to do what $500 would do in Wuthering Waves.
Yeah, that's
It's such an unimaginable amount of money that no one, unless they're unbelievably rich, would ever be able to get anything out of it.
Yeah. Out of curiosity, JJ, what is your experience with Wizardry, and as well as content creation as a whole? I want to know all about it.
That's a very broad question.
Yep. So answer it as broad or as specific as you like.
Okay. So I last year I basically lost my job to AI because I am an editor, not a video editor, not like a modern day editor, like an actual novels and that kind of thing. And I just get no work anymore. I'm a freelance editor. And I have to stay at home. I can't really go out because I have a very sick elderly mother who I care about a great deal, and I just couldn't leave her. And I was like just looking for options of what to do, and I've done voice acting and stuff in the past, and I figured I'd just try my best to come and stream. And I've just been trying that ever since, and that's how I got into content creation about 7 months ago when Convaleria came out. I was just streaming various different games, and this one's just it's really kind of taken off, and it's mostly you guys that have made it take off, to be honest. And the Steam release, those things together have just brought a huge amount of people into it. And I hope it continues to bring people in and continues to keep them in the game.
Out of curiosity, if you were to say one specific guy who's like brought in the most,
Genocide.
Here we go.
Sorry.
Hail Genocide! Hail Genocide!
I get commission from every person you bring in because I brought you in.
Exactly.
Like,
Oh,
it's
true.
like some sort of
It's a pyramid
Ponzi
scheme.
scheme kind of
True.
Yeah,
thing.
pyramid
Yeah,
scheme.
yeah,
He brought,
yeah,
he brought
exactly,
you
like-
in, Tectone, which
yeah. So
Sure.
like
is,
I get
you
a
know,
percentage of everything you make. Off
Hail
of
Jenna, hail Jenna, hail Jenna. Hell yeah, bro. I love that. Fuck yeah. Well, hopefully chat goes to your channel and follows your stream. How often do you stream?
Oh, they won't.
I stream about 85
hell.
hours a week, a little bit more sometimes.
85?
Yeah, somewhere
Just
between
plays
85 and
13
90
hour
hours a week.
sessions of Wizardry.
Hell yeah,
Yeah.
bro.
Not
Okay.
as much as I've seen Cap here stream this week. Holy
God.
shit, man. That's
Well,
wild. I
it's
don't know
not-
how you were awake last night. Last night,
I don't know,
Cap,
bro. I'm
when
just one
an-
man. I have to finish it at some point.
last night, I gotta say this, like last night, Cap went and bothered you guys to get me on this
Yeah.
when she just pulled a 14-hour stream at 4 a.m. in the morning. And I just want to say, thank you so much. That's so kind of you. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
It's really, really nice of you.
Yeah, well, just
He's still-
make sure that you know that the only reason why she did that is because I said, so, Kate, who do you want to bring? So technically, she wouldn't have done that if I didn't trigger it. So, like, anyways.
Oh, but
yeah.
I got you into the
Tectone,
game,
you're
so
swell-
then that
you're
wouldn't have
swell too.
happened otherwise.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
actually, it's me.
Shinra was the only one to answer me in chat, so I mean, you all
Yep.
kind of did your bit, you
That's
know?
true. That's true.
I had 5 different chatters in my stream over the last few days. Like, invite JJ. He's the woo-wah guy. And I'm like, all right, we'll make it happen.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. That makes me so
Yeah.
happy.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm sorry, I didn't even touch on the Wizardry bit.
You're good.
Wizardry's I've played RPG since I was a kid. I'm 39. I'm old in the tooth. I'm a husk. I grew up on these games. I loved them. I never expected that it would get any kind of attention. I didn't think this game genre even existed anymore. It's like
True.
dead. 25 years ago was the last Western Wizardry game, Wizardry 8, 1999, I think. Like Etrian Odyssey on the 3DS and those games, similar kind of dungeon crawlers, blobbers. You might recognize that if you're a bit of a nerd. And that's probably the most that we've really seen, most of publicity we've seen for this. And this game has pretty much revived the whole genre, right? Like it's actually absolutely insane. And again, you guys have done a huge portion of that. So thank you. Thank you for just giving it a chance.
You're welcome. Sorry, I need to chill, bro. I
Why
need to chill.
did he wait?
Sorry.
You've brought so much attention to the game. The game in the West, like in the East, yeah, it was already doing fine in Japan.
Yeah.
In the West, this game was nothing until you guys kind of showed up in the Steam release game. So yeah, just thank you.
Yeah, dude, Steam release is fucking huge. Also, shout out to the devs. Fuck yeah. All right, so yeah, tell me about how you started it and what do you think so far?
I started on a channel point redeem. I had channel point redeems on my channel where I'd play a game for a day. I didn't know this game existed either, and I played this game for a day, and I was like, this game's kind of shit. Honestly, hours in, I was like, this game kind of sucks. This is everything I expected. It's like low quality. It's not a great dungeon crawler. It's got some weird janky stuff. It's all bugged, and yet at the end of the day, I was like, man, I kind of want to play more of this. And I would just play it off stream, even though I was mainly playing sort of Compleria at the time. That was where most of my viewers were, most of my tiny little viewer base. And I just kept coming back to it day after day. And eventually I started streaming it. Like, I was just like, yeah, I'm going to play this now. I'm really enjoying it. And it just kept growing on me. It's like you guys said earlier, it's kind of insidious. It just kind of gets under your skin and you just keep wanting to play it. And the story just kept getting better and better. The gameplay just kept getting deeper and deeper. Yeah, I just love it at this point. It's like the only thing that I play.
Dude, you should have seen Baldo when he first started this game. He played it on stream, then he downloaded it on his phone, and then just played it the whole day. It was insane. I was in Texas, and we went to go walk around at like a park, and the whole time he's just on his phone while walking for like an hour and a half. And then we were gonna go back to the car, and he's like, I think we could like walk around a little bit more. And then he just like is still on his phone he just wanted to keep playing. Then we went to dinner, and he's still on his fucking phone playing Wizardry at dinner at a restaurant. It's insane. Like he's just non-stop playing, right? Like I think it's the same that you felt where you're just like, I think I want to keep playing, and then you keep playing more, and you're like, I'm kind of liking this. I think I should play some more.
Dude, you want to know something even further? That just to piggyback off what you're saying, Tectone. Anytime we go out anywhere, he has to be the driver. He does not like being in control. He does not like giving up control. Lately, hey Chinny, do you mind driving? I want to play Wizardry in the passenger seat. Every fucking time we go out anywhere, he wants to play Wizardry while I drive. And that's
awesome.
That's unheard of. That is unheard of. He does not like giving up control.
He's healing.
Okay, so here's I don't know. It's that I just don't trust motherfuckers to not fuck up, and I'll be damned if I die because some motherfucker crashes, bro. I'm good.
So you don't even care if you die if you get to play Wizardry at this point.
Yeah, I'm willing to take the risk. I'm willing to take
Where's
that
your
risk.
faith in humanity?
Yeah, well, yeah, who knows? Man,
awesome.
I was even being driven by I shit you not. I'm not gonna say who this is, but I even let a friend who has like 3 DWIs drive me the other day because I just wanted to play Wizardry while they drove.
Wait, no.
And do not guess who that is. It doesn't matter. Anyways, fucking hilarious. And man, what a nightmare that was for everybody else in the car. They were screaming, and I was just like, I'm playing Wizardry. Who cares?
You were screaming, but just because you got one shot, because you got ambushed.
Yeah,
that's why you were
100%.
screaming.
100%. Fuck. Yeah, so let's talk about the pros, and we can go around the room and just chime in.
I'm
if
the
you want.
pro.
Yeah,
I'm the pro in Wizardry.
True. Let's talk about the pros and cons. Let's talk about everything that we like, and then I want to get into everything that we don't like. So let's start off specifically. What do we all like about the story? And anybody's more than welcome to start.
It's a classic
It's
fantasy.
Exactly what I was gonna say. It hits all the classic fantasy tropes, all the story beats, everything. Just the fact that like, oh, the guards, their shields were too heavy, so they couldn't run out of the way of the rubble that was falling on them. That's like such like a fucking trope, is that they weren't fast enough to move away from
Real
the
quick, let me
thing.
say this. Chat, there will be story spoilers.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Yep.
Well, that wasn't even a spoiler. That happened.
Sure, yeah, I'm saying,
20
chat,
minutes into
we
the
we
game.
will be
Fair,
getting
fair.
story spoilers, but yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, it's just like it hits all of those story beats. It's the classic. Oh, we have to go save the king because the king got kidnapped. We have to go find him and save him. Like, don't get me wrong. Like the story's been done so many times, and it's the way that they execute it and the way that like they make you care about these characters. Like as you're going through the dungeon, like you're learning about like the world. You're learning about the characters. You're learning about the steadfast knight Dylan Hart, and he's nothing but like loyal to the king. And then you have Albano, who's just this like brash asshole who doesn't trust you. You have Elmon, who's just like, oh, you'll come with, like, you're cool, like, come on, I'll guide you. It's just like you're learning about these characters like in slowly like small bits of information as you progress through the dungeon. Like every floor, there's like a little mini cutscene of like talking about, oh, the some people got kidnapped and they're dragging them away, and how are we gonna deal with this, and what personalities, like who's gonna do this and who's gonna do that based on the personalities. It's like it's so interesting, like seeing small bits of information just slowly being spoon fed to you and actually show you and tell you about what's happening instead of just a black screen appears and oh, this happened. No, it's actually like you see the shit happening right in front of you.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, they don't really treat you like a total dumbass, kind of just like how the game doesn't really either. It's not
Yeah.
like you meet Elmon and it's like, I am Elmon and I am the princess's knight since the year blah blah blah. I am this year's old and I have these skills and it's like, shut up, dude. It's just like throughout your little journey, you learn little bits and pieces that get added to like the little knowledge thing about these different characters and things about them. And I think the biggest thing is it feels a lot more real because it feels like everything's rooted in the universe. Where if you see all these other stories, it'll be like people will talk normally how we would right now. And it's not like a fantasy world, but in their world, they have different values. Like they don't see death as that serious of a thing compared to like us, for instance, right? Or if people die on the way, they're just like, well, we got to keep going. They don't have like a 15-hour long cutscene of like a funeral and like all this insane stuff. They're more realistic about how things are.
So I want to talk about my experience with Chapter 1 on the Abyss, and man, how it just fucking blew me the fuck away. Here comes heavy spoilers, guys. Heavy spoilers. If you care, maybe just mute for like 3 minutes. Chat will tell you when you're good. So Abyss 1, you go in, and you're a ghoul. You meet Lulunard. And she's like, oh, look at this goofy little ghost. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, okay. So apparently we knew her, but we don't really know how. That's fine. We meet those little bandits, and, you kill them. You take their mask, you put it on your face. You get a quest, and he says, oh, you need to go save the king. Okay. You go back into the Abyss, and then you meet this woman, and she says, oh, have you seen my son? He was wearing this funny mask. And you're like, Oh.
Aware.
I
Are you like-
killed his ass. Yep.
That was your son. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
Never
haven't
heard
seen
of the
Alec.
guy.
Haven't seen Alec.
Yep. And then you go in, you meet Vernon, you meet Elmon, and pretty goofy, straightforward characters. And you think everything's fine and dandy. Oh man, look at these rocks are falling out. Oh, we gotta outrun the rocks. Vernon, what are you doing, man? Rocks fall, splat, hand reversal. There's a blood pile, and it happens so suddenly. You're like, oh well, we'll just find him later. He's probably fine. Yeah, he probably just got dragged off. He's probably fine. Move forward.
That was the moment, Tectone. That was the moment I was like, damn.
Yep, absolutely. And then you meet Elmon, and Elmon, she's like, oh, gotta fight for the knights. Oh, don't worry, I'll save you. She gets smacked the fuck down. She's dead, and you're like, oh, don't worry, I'll just right hand reversal. Doesn't work. And you're like, what the fuck? Is she actually dead? You go, and you finally fight the big helmet, pulls out their corpses in front of you, puts the tentacles through their body, manipulates them like dead flesh puppets, and you have to kill them again. Oh my God. You kill the boss. There's the king. You have him, so you bring him back to the kingdom. His body disappears. You go to tell all these villagers who you learned to love along the way that you don't know what happened. The king died. You don't know what to tell them. They put you on the chopping block. And
everybody else is dead at this point.
Yeah, everybody's dead. All the people you love turned against you. And then they kill you. And it's like, what the fuck? What?
Not only do they kill you and the credits run.
Yeah.
Yep.
Kill and then the credits.
And it's like, welcome to Wizardry. That was the tutorial. Now play the actual game.
So fucking good. It was unreal. I mean, one of my favorite story experiences ever. Up there with Limbus Company for sure. Probably, oh man, I really enjoyed, well, there's pretty much a lot of Limbus that it's pretty hard to say what I did enjoy about Limbus. But yeah, just so fucking good. Did you guys have any gripes?
Simple.
Yeah,
It's very simple, but it just does a lot. Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, did you guys have any gripes or anything else you want to chime in about the Act 1 story?
I thought the Act 1 story was it's not really a gripe, because I think an issue I had is a very specific issue that other people probably wouldn't have. It doesn't really correlate to the first run, but I think, once you get past the tutorial stage of the first run, subsequent runs, I don't know if you want to talk about that yet, but I have an issue with everything else that comes after that.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was very cool because what happens after that, chat, is that then you start right hand reversing the credit scene, and it tells you this is all the horrible shit that's going to happen unless you fix it, and then there you go. All right, does that lead into what you want to say, Kate?
Yeah, no, yeah. So essentially, you get a cursed wheel, which lets you go back in time to then, fix the things that you fucked up, so everybody could live. And you get a happy ending of the game, and it's so you can essentially customize the way you want to play the game, right? I think that's really cool. You can customize the way you want to play. Exactly. And that's just really exciting to have. So that is a positive. But for me, it's painful. I'll be so real. I'm gonna be a bit of a whiz anti here. I'm for real, a bit of a whiz anti. Some of the requirements that you have to do and trigger to meet some of the things to change the outcome of the game are so fucking bullshit that it's blew my mind. It actually blew my mind and made me so fucking mad and angry.
Wait,
it's
really?
insane.
Like what?
I think it's cool.
That's
I
by
think it's cool,
design.
personally.
It's by
No,
design.
it's cool. No, it can be cool. It can 100% be
frustrating.
cool. And
Well,
it's-
what's the one that caused so much?
Yeah, I thought it was
I'm just
pretty
curious.
straightforward to get the
The
boost.
walnut incident.
Okay, question. I have a question. Did any of you get the perfect ending of Abyss 1?
Yeah,
No.
Oh, I actually don't have it still.
I do.
Oh wait,
You don't have
wait, I might. Where
Albano.
Albano,
So
everyone's
you
fine.
saved
Yeah, no, I
perfect
did
ending.
it.
Everyone lives.
Yeah,
Ending
I
is
have that, yeah.
obviously everyone has to do the Saint Shield. You have to get the Cavalier route for the defenders.
No,
you
don't.
have to have
No, you
saved
don't.
Albano and have him as a bondmate. No, but I'm saying
No,
the
you
perfect
don't.
ending. You get
Oh,
the perfect
yeah,
ending.
she's talking about the absolute
You get
perfect
the
one.
ending.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You have to
100%.
save Albano.
Okay.
What's the other thing you have to do with the skirmishes? I forgot. There's the
There's
boots from the
light
dark,
shields and the light
Right.
shields.
right? You have
Okay,
to do
so-
all those
Potion.
things to get like the perfect ending. And there are just some triggers for some of those things you have to do, like quote unquote the walnut incident. We've all had to collect walnuts at some point for a request, right? But it's like you get the request, like I don't know, B1F or whatever it is. Go do the walnuts, and it's important because you give them to the princess, who then's like, hey, I know Almon. I'll do you a favor if you give me your walnuts. So then she can contact Almon so Almon doesn't fucking die. And that's why she's important. But what you don't realize, you do the request in B1F, but what they don't tell you is that if you then go to the Harkin that's also in B1F and interact with it, you fucked it. You fucked it. That's it. Elmon's dead. Elmon's fucking dead, and you have to go and do the whole thing again. And that's like actually frustrating. It's not like fun frustrating. It's like actually frustrating. Like, how are you supposed to know you're not supposed to finish that first floor before you fuck up the whole request? And I was like, okay,
Yeah, I just like
that's
didn't,
crazy.
I just like
That was,
didn't
insane
fuck
trigger.
that up. Yeah, I did not fuck that up at all. So like, I don't
Imagine trying to do that back when we were learning how to do
Yep.
it, and we were just
that's-
like, yeah,
that's so
Genazad knows. Genazad knows.
Yeah, JJ and I like you ask chat, you're like, so how's this work?
Mhm.
Okay, well I guess I'm just going like fuck. I guess I gotta find out.
Right.
Trial and error.
So
It was just a
that's
mad
awesome.
about trial and error. Yeah.
And that's why that's a good that's a good thing. Okay, that could be a good thing because you'll find out ways to do things. Because like you say, you don't have to save Elmon to save the king. So you could still progress the story so it's forgiving, so you get rewarded for finding out the triggers. That's a good positive thing. Like 100,000,000%. But the problem that I had that was very unique to me, that also goes to a bigger issue of the game that I had. No matter what the fuck I did yesterday, no matter what the fuck I did, I could not save the king. I had Almon saved, I had Albano saved, I had the root, I had everything, and the king died every single time. And I spent 10 hours trying to figure it out, and it was the most frustrating thing. I had literally everything. And the issue turned out to be a bug. It was just a bug in the game. Everyone concluded it was just bug. I couldn't finish Abyss 1. People were like, oh, just read more. You're doing things wrong. Someone walked me through how to get the perfect ending, so I could not possibly fuck it up at all whatsoever. And everything was perfect. I was like killing the king. It was amazing, doing it really quickly. And they were like, oh, surely you'll finish Abyss 1, right? It will be fine. And then I just see him disintegrate in front of me, and my jaw is on the floor. And I'm like, I did everything. I even saved the fucktard Albano, and I still haven't saved the fucking king. I was so mad. And it came to the conclusion that, yeah, the game's just fucking bugged. It's just bad.
Yep.
So I'm walking up. I'm walking up in the stocks.
Rich.
Yeah, feature rich. I'm walking up in the stocks. By the way, for the 5th time at this point, I've had to redo the whole thing 5 times. Point, right? I've spent 80 hours in this game in Abyss 1 because I couldn't fucking find out why I couldn't save the fucking king. Anyway, if we go back again, I'm walking through the stocks, and she's like, oh, I love having adventures, whatever. I'm like, okay. Head gets chopped off for the 5th time. Message pops up on the screen. Update to the game. Please relaunch. I'm like, okay. I Alt F4, update the game, log in. Oh my god, the king saved! You did such a good job! Well fucking done! And I was like, holy fucking shit, what happened to my game? So something was just so bad with my game. I was like perma-bugged. I was fucking bugged. I could not clear Abyss 1, and it was a bug of the game. And that's my biggest gripe of Wizardry. It's so fucking buggy. It still has game-breaking bugs. If I wasn't streaming this game, I would have fucking quit, because I wouldn't know what the fuck the problem is at that point. I literally couldn't progress first Abyss, and everyone told me it was a skill issue, but it wasn't. It was the fucking game. Oh, I'm so mad. Sorry.
I had the same thing.
I like how we all started talking as soon as she was
done.
done. We all started talking.
Okay, wait. I had the same thing happen to you in a different area. In Abyss 3, there was like this big rock pile that was blocking the only way that I could possibly have gone to continue in the area. And I was like, I don't know where this is. And then I got an update. It said return title screen. I'm like, okay. I update. Yep. The rock was gone. I was like, were the dead literally just watch it? And the patch note said like fixed like this thing. And I was like, that's the thing I had. That was my issue 10 seconds ago. What the hell?
Like, devs have to be just like live watching things and be like, oh, okay, let me just.
It's like, oh shit, we gotta fix this. That's not supposed to be there. Oh god.
I don't know if this was a rumor or not, but I remember I heard this like a couple hours after our bonus got released that you couldn't finish Abyss 1 if he was in your party. And I don't know if that's true. I don't know if that's just one of those schoolyard rumors, but someone was saying that, and then that might have been why you couldn't finish Abyss 1 is because you had him in your fucking party.
I don't know. But you know what the funny thing is? I still have a bug, right? I went past that part, right? I'm about to go to Abyss 2. I still have the fucking request in my quest log for please, like, save the king. It's still there. Like, it's still kind of
that'll happen. That's just a standard. Like, you just got to kind of overlook it.
It's just a feature. It's fine. Yeah,
it's a feature.
It's right, because something like that, like game-breaking bugs, will just make people quit the game. That's it.
Sure.
They're not going
100%.
to come back. So that is like my biggest problem with Wizardry. It's just fucking.
So I'm curious if like if you can, I'm always so torn on like big game breaking bugs like that. It's just like obviously it's a problem with the game, but do you give the game that many negative points? Because even $1 billion corporation games still have game breaking bugs. They do. Bethesda, World of Warcraft always has bugs. Genshin still has bugs. Like they're like, can you give? Is that a like? I don't know.
So
like,
okay, here's my justification for it. I think it's really bad, but guess what? I sat there for 10 fucking hours still trying to figure out what was fucking wrong. I couldn't finish Abyss 1. I did the whole game again 5 fucking times yesterday, and just because I still wanted to figure out if I could do it. So is the bug fucking annoying? Yes, it's awful. It's bad. But I was still kind of low-key wanting to just get over it and just still play the game. So yeah, it doesn't outweigh the negative doesn't outweigh the positive.
That if anything talks to how good the game is even more, because you got fucked that hard and you still want to play it.
Yep.
You lost 16 hours and you still want to play it. Hey, that just speaks even more volumes to the fact that the bug even happened. So
I do hate bugs, but I try not to hold them against developers too much. I kind of worry more about intentional things they put in the game that didn't quite hit the mark or go against what I enjoy versus what has accidentally slipped into the code. However, it gets to a certain point where it's like, come the fuck on.
Yeah.
Okay, you say that, but
he's very mad right now.
This game might be so bad with packs, but if you started from day one, it's the most free-to-play friendly game of all time because they had to fix 10,000 bugs, and the amount of compensation they gave out was unbelievable. If you were to buy packs in the shop, it's basically the equivalent of like $2,000, like of compensation of how many mistakes they made. Every time you log in, hundreds of fixes. It's like, we fixed these bugs, like just, and you'll read some of them, and it would just be like, you can't play the game anymore kind of bugs. There was this really hilarious picture of a guy who was in the second Abyss who got stuck behind a locked door, and he didn't have a hook of Harken, and he was stuck there for like 2 weeks. Like, he just could not leave. There's nothing he can do. He's just behind a locked door in a room, a 1-by-1 room, and he just can't leave. And he's just like, I guess this is my life now. I can't do anything.
Maybe a prisoner.
Maybe not an asshole. Maybe not an asshole. That's kind of fucking cool, right?
No,
like, that's really cool. Like, I'm an asshole. Like, if that happened to me, like,
always have a hook of Harken.
Yeah, but it's like, damn. The dungeon really just ate my ass up, and there's nothing I could do about it.
People lost their accounts. They were bad. They were really bad bugs. Like,
that's
they were
rough.
really, really bad bugs. That was warranted, the amount of compensation they gave. In fairness, I'm not just here to kind of glaze the game. Like, it isn't a perfect game. It has its problems. I love it, but it has its problems, like all you guys have noted already, and will probably continue to do so.
Yeah, a guy in my chat. He lost his account for like a month, basically, where it just would be a black screen when he logged in. Contacted support. They gave him his account back and 10,000 gems, and he was like, you know what? That's more than I would have gotten in a month. That's worth it. Damn. He was like, okay.
Should we transition to talking about our gripes with the game, though? Considering we're on the topic.
You kind of already are.
Yeah, sure. So I'll say the things that suck about this game is definitely the gacha. Now, there's obviously some good. I think there's a lot of bad. The good news is there's only like 12 5-stars, and this game's been out for a fucking while.
And the pull rate's 5% for what it matters.
Yeah, 5%, which is usually sometimes 10 times what the average 5-star pull rate is, which is usually 0.5. Yeah, so 5% is pretty fucking huge. There's no direct pity, but there is a way to get the characters you want once you've pulled 100 times, and you can just buy them outright. Yeah. They give you a shit ton of legendary 5-star pulls, which are great. If you re-roll, you can pretty much get an account with everything on it, which is amazing. A lot of the standard characters are the best characters in the game, like Yekaterina and Alice, which is great to have.
Yep.
As well as Lanavale, who is amazing. I think my biggest gripe with the gacha is when you go to buy currency to get the limited 5 stars, it's specific to that 5-star, which I think is so fucking dumb. Because I had
Why was that a problem? Would you say?
because I had a friend.
Oh, a friend.
Yeah, who spent $75 on pulling on a character that he wanted, but then that friend realized that that was the wrong banner that he bought that currency for, and so he had to spend $150 on pulling the character that he wanted because it wasn't the wish currency.
Why twice as much? That seems strange.
Oh no, so 75 once and then 75 again to make 150. Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Wait, $75. So what, like 2 pulls or something? I mean, that's not that big of a deal.
Yeah. I believe the average pull cost in this game is $2.50. For Hoyo games, it's $1.68. So yeah, take that as you may. Those are the dollar values. I was thinking about this very specifically. But yeah, I think if you get exclusive pull currency, it should be for any fucking exclusive pull, not just that specific banner. I think that's ridiculous.
I totally agree with you. I do feel like that's almost like the smallest issue with the gacha system, though, in a way. Like, it has some of the most insane pack prices. Like, I can't even believe what I'm seeing. Like, it's like $25 for a 10 pull. This is like, yeah, gacha is all
great value, by the way.
Yeah, that's the great value pack. But yeah, like all gacha is a scam. But this is like, you're not even trying to hide it. Like, goddamn, dude, you're just like, this is insane. Like, you're not even trying to convince me to buy these packs. They're unbelievable. And then the amount of currency you get from logging in or from dailies or weeklies, so small. Even events, so
you guys know how
tiny.
much it is?
Yeah, your main income is them giving you apology gems, which they do a surprising amount of the time. Like, that's your main source of income of gems, is them being like, sorry guys, my bad. Like recently the elf guy they introduced, they're like, sorry guys, here's 1,000 gems. That's your pull income, bro.
So I wonder if it's how the future is going to look once they start polishing the game a lot more, and there's a lot less Apollo gems coming our way. If they are going to naturally increase the amount of gems we get from logging in, because once those Apollo gems are gone, you're going to be getting a couple pulls a month if you're fucking lucky, if you're free to play.
Do you know how much you're on exactly? Sorry to interrupt you.
No, not at all.
You are on, without the guild points included, you're on just under a 10 pull a month, which is absolutely wild. As free to play, you're on just under a 10 pull a month, including the guild points you get. You can cash those in for some more gems, which take you up a little bit, or you can save them up for like 3 months as free to play to get a legendary.
Yeah. I understand why they do that though.
Yeah,
if you could just infinitely pull the inherent skills, you would just become very, very strong very quickly if they just gave out tons of pulls.
The other thing is that a Hoyo player will hear that, and this is very important just as a lot of Hoyo players are in the chat, they're in the YouTube comments when I upload this, and they're going to think, oh wow, that's fucking terrible. But I want to remind you guys, there's like only 13 5-star units in this game, comparatively to Hoyo and Honkai Star Rail, where there's about 90 fucking 6. Right.
Oh, you'll start the game with like 6 or 7 just from like one reroll. You're like, okay.
And with that one team, you won't have to replace that team ever, because all the characters are actually fucking good, which is great. So there's a huge difference in the quality of product that you're getting from those pulls versus the character that you'll get from Hoyo that'll be power crept in 3 fucking months as that team entirely becomes obsolete.
Because there's no weapon banner, right? Like, you're not getting weapons off that banner.
Yeah.
And every single unit that you pull is actually useful because of inherits and disciplines as well.
Yeah.
They're all, everything you pull is actually useful.
Yeah, it's very, very, very nice.
I think a question I want to ask everybody is, how much have you spent? Like, I'm just curious, like, how much everyone's kind of spent on the game overall and like what you got out of it. Like, I can start real quick. I've spent like $200 to $300 or something, and I have a bunch of legendary dupes that I haven't used. But it's like I haven't used any legendary dupes, not a single one so far. But I've gotten like a bunch of characters, and I'm just happy with my team. I don't even want to swap most of my team. Even when a new character like Arborist came out, I'm like, I'm not gonna bother with that. I like Deborah.
Yeah.
So
now, out of curiosity, did you receive all of the compensation rewards from day one?
I like wasn't playing for a month or two at one point when I was waiting for the Steam client.
Yeah.
But I got a ton of compensation awards.
Okay.
Yeah, like I would say like at least 20,000 gems of compensation.
So
awards.
if you just for curiosity's sake, if you were to convert that to USD, what is that, like $200-300 like additional?
Okay, so let's see. The Great Value Pack is $25 for a 10 pull, and that's like 100 pulls. So that's like $250 right there of compensation.
Not that it matters. I'm just curious.
Yeah.
But I probably gotten more than 20,000 gems.
Okay.
Probably at least 30,000. But yeah, like it adds up.
I would say realistically, and you guys got to understand, I was hot shotting this shit because I wanted to try a whole bunch of different characters. I plan on making original content. I probably have spent 350, maybe 370.
I'm surprised it's not more.
Yeah.
Tax write-off.
I would not have done that if I wasn't planning on making content. Due to me doing that, I was okay with doing that. And what I got from that, and if you want me to be completely legitimate, $250 of that was completely wasted, and I kept on getting the fucking dwarf. Yep.
I feel that.
fuck
I
my
feel
girl.
that.
And I'm gonna prove that right now. I want to invite you guys to click on my stream real quick. I want to take you to my training room. All I get is the dwarf. All I ever get is the dwarf, and it just drives me fucking insane. Let me find this guy. Where is he?
I love Geralt. Yeah.
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 I still use him. He's a beast.
Yeah, he does a fuck ton of
takes a while to
damage.
get going.
Apparently, once you C6 him, once you discipline him 6 times, apparently he's very good.
Look at my
Oh
screen.
yeah, really scales.
Oh my god!
All I have are dwarfs.
Wait,
You know what's funny?
discipline
I
him
have
and put him
that
on
many
your team.
Deborahs, dude.
Well, here's the thing. I don't like him.
Oh,
Right?
yeah, that's fair.
What
Hey,
is
there you
it?
go.
He's a nice guy. He's a nice guy with a sad past.
Now, out of curiosity, should I be
Like you.
inheriting his skill on anybody or no?
No.
No,
Do
you
not
save
do
it for the
that.
discipline.
Do not
Okay.
do that. His skill sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I could technically discipline 6 him right now, but yeah, I don't feel like it.
Damn, you have had a lot of copies of him. Jeez.
Yeah, it's
Yep. My chat called him the $80 dwarf because I wasted $80 for him on stream. I was like, oh man,
He's a
thanks, man.
beast. Use him, he'll probably hit real hard.
My thing is, every character that I have on my team, they're my favorite. Like Deborah, I wasn't crazy about. Genesis was hyping her up. I used her. I was like, I just don't like
I
her.
think she's mid. I think
Dude.
she's a
I
mid character.
inherited my Deborah skill into my Aboris.
See,
You're only
Aboris.
saying that because this fancy new elf just came out. There was no Aboris, okay? That blue elf didn't exist.
I'm just
okay?
saying, Aboris is now my favorite character.
I've
Because
been saying Deborah's mid since before Boris came out. Go back to the VODs. I've been saying she's mid this whole time.
yeah,
It's true. I have heard that. Main
Yep.
character thief is where it's at for a thief. Main character thief. That is actually the king, in my opinion, at least.
really.
In a lot of people's opinion, yeah, because they get way more disarm trap, and the traps get much nastier than you guys have seen. Genazaz
And they don't
probably
lose
has seen it.
fortitude
Genazaz
when they
definitely
fail.
seen it, and they don't lose fortitude when they fail.
Oh my god! I mean,
The
there's
Rotaru
this funny
show.
ass. Yeah, there's this clip of me opening a chest and the stone debuff hit me. And if your main character has the stone buff and they're not in combat, so like walking around the world, you instantly die. So I open the chest and it just instantly kills me from full. And I'm like, what the? I'm like, what the fuck? And I was at the end of the dungeon, by the way.
Yeah.
I just logged off to wait for a flame of rebirth. I was like, all right, I'm just gonna like I'm not going back through that right now.
That's crazy. Out of curiosity, so is the thief the best one? I was gonna go fighter.
Fighter's good
I
too.
use fighter.
If you're using Aboris or Deborah or something, you're better
Okay.
off with fighter. But otherwise, yeah, if you don't have another good thief or you don't like the other thieves, thief MC is. Yeah.
Okay.
I was also to say just self-insert, man. You're a fighter IRL, man. Just be a fucking fighter.
Yeah, no, I'm just using a 2-hand greatsword, just like fucking smacking the shit out of him, bro. It's been so much fun.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. What else should we talk about for Wizardry? Talk about the combat, talk about the story, talk about the gacha, talk about the goods and the bads. Yeah.
Kind of sold it. I guess just.
Events. What do you think of the events?
Oh
Oh,
I
man.
haven't touched it yet.
they're a lot of work.
Apparently,
Some people have a lot to say about the events of Wizardry.
yeah.
Okay,
One.
wait. So what's really funny? So you guys are thinking of. So you guys haven't done the fighter event. You guys are
Yeah,
thinking
that's-
of the collab
yep.
event, which is like the most insane farm-heavy event I've ever seen.
Yep.
It's ridiculous. Like I
Yeah.
think we can all agree the amount of time it takes to farm the stuff is absurd, and that's a problem. Well, you know what? The Japanese devs, they heard us. They made an event with no farming. It's just impossible. It's just so unimaginably difficult that to even complete it, it's a nightmare. But there's no farming. You just have to do it one time on 3 different difficulties.
Now imagine if you only
Listen.
played for 2 weeks and you have no tags and you have no characters. That's what I've been dealing with for the last however long. Like loads of people coming through, just like, how do I do this? How on earth do I? What's wrong with these devs? Are
No,
they stupid?
Well, you see, the thing is, it's very simple to do it. What you would do is you would get to the final boss. You would sneak around like Solid Snake style, avoid every single enemy, hide in rooms, wait till they pass, like get all the way to the end, and then you would use a glitch where you would go into the enemy at the same time you would open a menu, and then when you close the menu, you would be on top of the boss, and you would skip past it, walk right through it in the door, and you would finish the place. And the
Excellent
devs
feature.
went, you know what? We should instantly bug fix this problem and nothing else.
Do you
Oh,
know why they bug
immediately-
fixed it? Do you know why they bug fixed it? It's because there was a Japanese video of it. That's the only
Oh,
time
that's what
things
it
get
was.
fixed in this game.
Oh,
There was a
the
Japanese
Twinkies.
video.
That's how I
of
learned
it.
about it. Yep.
Yeah,
And
the
you know
obscure
what?
YouTube video that everyone was passing around.
I'm not even exaggerating. The final boss of that thing. So for anyone who doesn't understand, this is like an unbelievable event. So you can only use 3 characters, which is fine. It's balanced around that. All 3 have to be the fighter class. They cannot be any other class in the game. So your main character has to be a fighter, and then you need 2 other fighter allies. So if you didn't level fighters, because who the fuck would have known that an event where you need 2 extra fighters with your main character comes around, you're just kind of fucked. And you have to fight an insanely difficult gauntlet of all these crazy enemies, and you have no heals because you're a fighter. You don't heal. And you have to deal with all this. Then you have to fight some unbelievable boss. So like the first difficulty, doable. The second difficulty, hard, but doable. Third difficulty, a boss that has an instant one-shot attack that heals himself for 11,000 health. And you're like, okay, well, I mean, I don't know how I'm going to do it.
You have
It's
to
like
burst
end
him if
game
you
as
can't
an
burst him.
event. It's crazy.
Hey,
It's
out of
like
curiosity, how do you
uber
get?
ending.
Sorry to cut you off. I'm stuck here.
No, it's-
How do you get the mackerel sandwich from the East District?
Oh, talk to that guy in town. I think that guy with the bubble above his
Yeah, in the
head.
middle.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Teach a troublemaker a lesson on my behalf. Yeah, how do I go teach those troublemakers a
Oh.
lesson?
Go to Edge of Town, I think, right?
Yeah, are they just like right there?
I think it's. the
Oh,
Edge of
thank you,
Town,
thank you, thank you.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah, look,
I
look,
got you.
You're
The
good.
good old
you're
days.
good.
Hey, they call me the Wizardry God for a reason, Taki.
Yeah, of course.
I can see why.
Oh. Yeah, so the events in this game range from the most farm heavy thing you've ever seen in your life to the hardest thing you've ever seen in your life. And I think JJ was saying on his stream, I believe, before that a lot of people are
watched my
feeling
stream!
FOMO from this.
Watch my stream.
Yeah, I checked it out earlier before the podcast, and I believe that like you were saying that a lot of people were feeling insane amounts of FOMO that because they're just like, I can't get the rewards, like I can't get this stuff, like
get the
how am I
ring,
gonna
the
get
ring.
this? Like this guy got this stuff, but I can't get it. I'm like, what the hell, right? And
It sucks.
that's an issue. It
sucks.
It sucks. Yeah, it feels bad. Like it's not a good feeling, and they need to learn how to fix that. I think the devs, like, they have such a good vision for the game, but they need a little bit of guidance in some areas because they don't understand how I think they understand how a game works, not a gacha.
Yeah.
And I think they don't understand like that their pull currency stuff is fucking people over. The events being in that style, it's like you can't really run it like that. It's just too much trouble and it's going to piss too many people off, which is a real shame because the game is so good. And we still play despite all of these unbelievable issues. We still play the game. And that's a testament to how good at its heart it is.
Have the devs made a gacha before this?
Not really, no.
believe so.
And before this,
Mhm.
sorry, this is going to be a real tangent. I'm really sorry. Just stop me if I'm
That's fine.
blithering. But like, before this game came out, their finances were in trouble.
Oh,
And
yeah.
they thought that this game, they projected this game, apparently at earning about 300K a month.
Oh wow.
And it immediately earned 5 mil and then stayed at 3 mil. You know, this is just on Sensor Tower as well, or whatever it's used these
Which
days,
is probably
for like
more
4
than
months.
the sensor tower.
Yeah. So like they just churned this game out. They threw it out. They probably run out of money, like we touched on earlier. They probably ran out of money and they just threw it out there, bugs and everything. And then it just went, it blew up because the Japanese player base is crazy. The problem is they still don't register that we have a Western player base, even though the game is global. The
They put it
whole
on Steam
thing,
though.
I know, but that's to placate the global player base, and also possibly more importantly the Chinese player base. The Japanese player base is their laser focus. They are really tied up on that, and that's why they probably don't even realize that we've had more players from the Steam version and everything than we had before we started, before it even came out. So I think they've put this event down because the warrior one that you were talking about, the fighter one, because they don't even realize, they don't even register that there are all these new players. They're like, man, these level 60s, all of our Japanese players need this content. They need this hard content to back their head against.
You don't realize that the modes exist outside of events.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They just don't realize.
Their
Like, I guess
financial, what you were talking about as well. I actually saw their like, I don't know, earnings stock report thing that they put out. Someone linked it to me and I was like, okay, full nerd shit. I'll take a look at this.
Yeah.
And they're literally just like, you look at their financials and it's like, oh, we got a 60% increase of our company revenue from this phone game. It's like, what the hell? And we're canceling these other games that we had running. And like, now we're just making double money, I guess, on our whole company.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
So with that being said, with such a, I would say the game's been a pretty decent success in the West so far. Do you guys think that the devs can start sort of, I don't want to say placating the Western player base, but like start maybe getting feedback from us or listening to us? Like, do you guys have faith in the devs, or do you guys think it's gonna be like a ho-yo where they don't give a fuck?
I think it's hard for the West, right? Like I saw a lot of people complaining even today. Even JP are like, "Hey, we have complaints, and it takes like 6 months for devs to even respond to anything." So fuck the West, man. Like it's not really gonna happen.
Even just in general, though. I mean, like, do we have confidence in the devs? Because I
have confidence in the devs, in the designer's vision for the game, because he did a very good interview, which I believe Genazad has read or maybe at least seen. There's this long translated interview where the guy has basically pushed this unreasonable strategy, this word of mouth, like game spread. I don't know how the hell he got his past the shareholders, but for whatever reason, it's working. But I just don't think they're ever really going to pay attention to us. It's just not going to happen. At least we're on Japanese servers. We're on the same server, so we're not going to get EOS. I guess there's at least that.
I genuinely want to help them. Like, not like for free. Like, just I want them to just understand something, because like a lot of us have played a ton of gacha games. Like, we understand more the player mentality and the landscape and stuff. And these guys, they're like old school JRPG designers, and they understand that really well. The character designer worked on like Fire Emblem, was like one of the main character designers for Fire Emblem. The music is done by like the Final Fantasy IX guy, I think. Like they have this all-star team of these JRPG like creators working on this game. Like the VAs all in Japanese are like the cream of the crop, the top VAs like of every single person that you could think of. Like any VA you really like that's popular. Which for some reason we can't listen to, but they have like all these top things. So it's like there's so much put into it. The game got money from the government because this game is technically like a heritage Japanese game. So they want to like promote Japanese heritage because it's like the original JRPG. They have all this stuff going on, but they just don't understand what the hell a gacha game is.
I would like to say, for anybody who was wondering what Genazad was saying, where he wants to help the developers, There are many developers that do work with content creators. There are some games that you guys currently play that do look for content creators for advice. So what he's saying is not really too far off. Genozad, as well as any content creator, does have the ability to garner the respect of these developers if they would have an English-speaking branch in order to benefit and kind of help the direction of the game be more cohesive for the player experience. I just wanted to verify that for you, Genozad.
Yeah, it's like, dude, I want the game to succeed.
Yep.
It's like you don't need to change anything
Succeed
about the
more.
actual you don't need to change anything about the game for me or something. It's just like, you know, there's lots of gripes in the community that everyone is feeling, and it's like if they just knew about that, then maybe they could go about solving that, and everyone would enjoy it way more, and everyone would be happy, and the game would just grow more. I just want to see it succeed.
Yeah.
Do you think that right now the way the game is, it's good for any new player to join? Do you think it's in a state now where it's totally fine and it's very approachable for any new player?
If they
For
don't spend
the
14 hours
specific
on a
genre, yeah, for the specific genre of players that this game is going after, yes, absolutely. I don't think it's a game for everybody though. I think it's a very specific game made for a very specific person. It's not a Ho-Yo title.
But that's what's so cool about it.
Absolutely.
This is the type of game that someone didn't even know they wanted, and they find out is their favorite game.
Oh, yeah.
That's what's so special about this kind of thing. It's like you didn't even realize that this kind of game could exist, and you play it and you go, wait, this is like my favorite thing. This is everything I wanted. I didn't even know I was looking for this.
It's like the exact opposite of, you know, the coolest thing ever. That sucks, by the way. It's like the exact opposite. It's like, this is literally the best thing ever. No, once again, it's not for everybody. However, there's a great saying that is, a game made for everyone is made for no one. This game is made for a very specific person, and I am that fucking dude. Holy fuck, it is so good, Chad. It's ridiculous.
There are some people who won't even try it because it looks bad, and that's like their limit.
And you know,
fair enough.
that's completely fine. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, no, that's fair.
There are many food that I didn't want to try because it looked ugly. I didn't want to try calamari at first because it looked fucking ugly. And even still, I won't eat the tentacle bits. I only want to eat the little rings. But it's, you know, I get it. Some people need that shit. I think that's completely fine. I think that's completely fair. But if you aren't one of those people, then play it. It's fucking awesome, bro.
What's really sad is, like I said earlier, this genre has been dead for like so long, realistically, and there are loads of people who are Wizardry fans, who are like Dungeon Crawler Blobber fans, who, you know, love these games, and they just won't touch the game because it's got Gacha monetization, and they're just robbing themselves of arguably the best game in the genre ever made. I would honestly say it's
really, you think that good?
That good? Yeah, because the genre's shit. Honestly, the genre is it's sparse, and this game has a better story probably than any other dungeon crawler I've ever played. And I've played a lot of them. I've played a lot of the genre. The only thing that I can think of is like Wizardry 8, which is a 1999 game, like probably before a bunch of you were born. I wouldn't be surprised. You know, it's like, it's just insane. Like, and people, I feel bad. I feel so bad for those people. They are literally missing out on it because they don't want to play a gacha game, and I understand the moral high point of it. We touched on it a little bit earlier, but like, just don't rob yourself of that joy. If you like these sorts of games, like regardless of whether you like gachas, if you like this sort of game, just give it a try. You don't have to spend anything. It isn't even that in your face. The gacha system, it's like quite tucked away compared to a lot of games.
I didn't even know it was the gachas. I was like, what's a jeweler? Oh, it's that? Oh, okay, well, I'll collect my 10 gems and then I'll walk away.
Well, you can play this game completely ignoring the gacha. You really like, you do your beginning polls to get a party, like 3 stars. Like there's characters called Elf Mage. Like that's the character, and that's considered one of the best characters in the game, right? And it's a unnamed like piece of crap 1 star basically. You can just make your team, you name your characters whatever, like Dick Butt, you could name it Tectone, whatever you want. You name the characters whatever you want it to be, and then you're just like, this is my party. I have like a thief and a mage and a priest and then 2 frontliners with my main character. This is the team I'm going to use forever. You can ignore the gacha completely. Power creep does not matter. In fact, the limited characters are just not as good as the standard characters overall. Like it just does not matter. You do not need to pull anything past the very beginning, or you can re-roll and literally get an account of only legendaries really easy because the pull rates are so high. And the thing is, this game gives you no gems over time, but it's all front loaded at the very beginning. You're like, oh, I guess I have like 60 pulls within the first 10 seconds of pulling.
For now.
Yeah.
For now.
It reminds me of like old school like Dungeons and Dragons sort of deal. So it's like you get your random party from the tavern and you just go out and that's your party that you're going to be adventuring with throughout the entire campaign. I love that.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you know what? Tectone earlier was talking about how you can build characters in different ways. In this game, unless you're a whale, unless you're like a real big whale, there isn't really a meta because it's whatever you get. And when people come through chat and ask advice, because I answer questions like most every day on like loads and loads of questions on Daphne, it's always like, this is my team. Like, what should I do with this? These are the characters that I've got. And it's a different answer every time. And that's very unlike any other gacha game out there, certainly. Just so different.
There's one other game it's like, Summoner's War, where
Oh my god, it's so good.
Well, you see, that's the thing, because it's a fucked up system where it's so hard to get stuff, but it makes it so everyone's experience is completely unique from one another, because you're going to get completely different gear, and gear can be like pretty crazy how you build some of your characters. The stats will be different because when you pull a character, it not only has a different stat allocation by default, but also you get points that you can allocate into that character. You can't ever take them back. I've misallocated almost every character on my whole account. So
me too, man. Me too.
Because so I'm a testament that you don't even need to do that, and you can basically do the whole game. You can mess up all of those things, and you can still play the game just fine, experience everything, and you don't have to worry about like FOMO. You can overcome everything.
Yeah, I think account identity is so fucking important. This game does it so well. That's why, ready for this? Hey, boys, when NFT games hit market and, everybody's account's different. Oh, man. NFTs, the future of gacha games.
Did you know this company's making one of those? They're making a Wizardry NFT game.
Yeah. Oh, and I'll be there, boys. Hell yeah.
Oh, God. Oh,
I have
We're going along with this. One thing you guys might not know about. Did you know that every character essentially has Pokemon IVs when you first pull them?
I didn't want to mention it in case I ruined your lives.
Yeah. I know
you ruined my life. Yeah, you ruined my life.
Every single character has like base stats. Let's pretend you pull Elf Mage and all their stats are supposed to be 10 at the start.
Yeah.
Well, if you pulled that character and has 11 magic, that means as it levels, it will get slightly more magic. So whatever stat has that one bonus point when you first pulled them will grow slightly more on that character.
Okay, so
it's completely random.
Like, can I like breed my cat girls so like I can get them better IVs? Like, can I personally breed
you would
them?
love to do that.
As long as they give consent.
So
hold on. These are characters in games. There's no such thing as consent.
Whoa!
Everyone's game is completely different. Your game will never be the same as other people's.
Relax. You're being Twitter. Oh, she didn't consent to be sexualized, guys. She's a character in a video game. Let's calm down.
Well, then why do you get so upset when Regson talks about children?
I'm not even touching that one with the 10 people.
Wait, never mind.
I talked about wrestling today, and I don't want to talk about it again because, dude, I already got Twitter angry at me. I pissed off Mr. Pokey Stands. I got a tangentially related question about specifically like account identity. I hear the term being thrown around a lot with people throwing around the term bricking your account. Do you think you would have to literally intentionally do a ton of bad things to get your account bricked? Because I feel like people are misusing the term. When people say brick, I lost a 5-star, my account's bricked. I think it's almost impossible to brick your account through normal gameplay unless you're intentionally, purposely doing it.
You have to willfully, ignorantly fuck yourself over. It'll basically, the tutorial's like, if they're at 50 fortitude, that's not good. They could turn into dust. And you go, okay, I'm going to revive them anyways. Oh, they turned into dust? Okay, well, I'm going to try and revive the dust anyways. Wait, I lost this? This is bullshit. It's like, it tells you, like, are you sure? And you're like, yeah, I'm sure. Oh, fuck.
Are you sure you want to risk everything? Your life, your account, your mortgage, your house, your wife, and you're like, okay.
I think that's something we haven't actually spoken about is actually the permadeath mechanic itself, and how it's not really scary at all. It's just a glorified energy system.
But
That's
the
what
But it
it
word-
is.
spooks you when you start out, doesn't it?
It
It
scares
really
you.
Yeah.
gets you when you start out, and that's what it's
Freaks you
there
out.
for, I think. Yeah,
Well,
exactly.
the thing is, I've heard people hate it,
absolutely,
and
yeah.
I totally understand it. It sucks, but there's something about the fact that when you go into a fight, you don't want to just be like, I'll just go in and suicide, see what it's like. You're like,
Yeah.
okay, do I want to fight this? Like, oh
Yeah,
shit, like it
there's
makes you
stakes.
think.
There's stakes.
Because if you don't, you can't play. And that's it.
That's
It's like,
that's
okay.
one of the
when you
biggest draws of this game. I've actually been lying to people and telling people that I've lost a character. I haven't. You have to be so fucking because it makes them want to try the game. Because I was talking to my roommate. Her name was Anna, and she seemed kind of like on the fence about trying the game. And I was like, oh yeah, dude. Man, when I lost my first 5-star, it was horrible. And she was like, oh my God, you can lose characters? And I was like, yep, got her. Now she wants to try it. So it's a
good like
Really?
talking point.
It's a
good,
very
like,
it's
It's
a
their whole
great talking point.
tagline.
Yep.
It's their tagline. Savor the risk. It's their tagline.
Oh my God, it literally is.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, I think it scares too many people away though, but it is just the energy system. It's an energy system where the better you play and the better you do, the more you get to play. Essentially,
Yeah.
it's an unlimited energy
I've
system.
played almost every day for 14 hours so far. It feels so good. Even right now, like, what other game, guys, like, can you go in and play 14 hours of meaningful progression? I don't know if that ever slows down. It might slow down, but, like, so far, I've probably gotten well over 200 hours of gameplay on this shit. And I'm on Abyss 2.
Yeah, you're not even halfway through Abyss 2.
Yeah.
Dude, wait until you get to Abyss 3 and you realize it's actually Metal Gear Solid now, or Tom Clancy.
Oh my
Oh,
God,
shit.
yeah. It's like such a huge step up.
No,
And,
Abyss 3, I'm not even kidding. I'm actually like genuinely scared. Like,
Me too. Me too. Genuinely, I'm like, oh shit, I better not run into that. Oh my
Abyss
God,
3,
that will
you're
actually
like,
kill me.
actually, you're like, oh my fucking God. You're like,
Yeah.
okay, I have to plan this perfectly. Like, I
Genuinely.
cannot fuck this up. If I fuck this up, my whole day is ruined. Like, I need to not mess this thing up. And,
And
you're
that's
like,
why
you're
Lucari
watching
quit,
the
because he's not
map
good enough or
carefully.
what?
It
You
feels
didn't
like
get to
there are
that point.
real stakes. It actually feels like there are real stakes.
Yeah.
It's actually crazy.
JJ and Jenna, have you guys finished Abyss 3 yet?
He has. I'm pretty sure you've like finished all of it, good ending, all
Yeah,
that
I've
kind of
done
thing.
it all.
Me, I'm technically at the final boss.
Ooh.
You
The
crushed
first
it, by the
time.
way, Genazad. You crushed it, man. Like the amount
Crushed
that you've
what?
actually played and put into it, you crushed your way through the story. Because I know, like, I've spent a huge amount of time on the game. You've been playing it for a long time, but you've spent like nowhere near as long, and you've crushed through that story.
Oh,
Like you've
I
absolutely.
don't know.
stomped
Maybe
it.
I felt so stalled. Like I knew there was a boss on a floor. I literally spent like 5 days
Doll.
prepping my mind to go fight. Yeah,
But you crushed it.
I spent
You
like
smashed that
5
thing.
days
That's
being
awesome.
like, okay,
That boss,
so
by the way.
I'm gonna go through the gauntlet. I'm going to go past 500 enemies, all these traps. I'm gonna go fight this boss that sounds like the hardest boss ever. I'm gonna prepare every single little thing, make sure I'm ready. And then I went to the boss, beat it. I was like, hi, I did it. That felt pretty good. Like, oh, I won. Oh my God.
Hey,
Yeah,
how
makes
is
you
the
feel good.
level 40 hunter exam? Because I think I'm about to enter that pretty soon.
I don't think it's
Rough.
that. Wait, really?
That was the one I had the most trouble with. That's the
There
one
was-
you have to
was
really
one I
like.
thought was
Wait,
easy.
sorry. Are you going from 40 to 50, or are you going from 30,
30 to 40.
Yeah, I found that one really hard. You've got
No,
to
you're
like
going from
really
40 to
stealth
50.
Oh, no,
your way
you're right,
through.
yeah. 30 to 40
You're going from
fucked
40
me
to
up.
50.
Yeah, 40 to 50, yeah, sorry.
40 to 50 is easier.
Oh.
40 to 50 is
Oh,
the
thank
easiest.
God,
I think
dude.
personally.
That's the easiest one.
The one that I just did, that was insane.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
Like,
thought it was
like
easy.
you're all
I thought it was
asleep.
easy.
You're
course.
one shot.
the god.
Yep.
No.
Oh
You
my
get
God.
ambushed a single time, your whole team is now asleep and takes double damage, and then they do an AoE and your whole team's dead. You're just like,
Oh, great.
what? What the fuck? That was a random mob? I'm not even at the boss.
Yeah, man.
Like the boss is
Nightmare.
the easy part, but getting to the boss, you're just like, where is everything? Like,
Yeah.
get away from
Where
me.
am
You
I?
have to, like, avoid everything.
I will say, getting to see the succubuses suck me off. Oh man, that was so hot.
Wait, whoa! I gotta go back and do the exam.
Yeah.
again.
Oh
I
my God,
missed
it
that
was
part.
so fine, bro. Have you even
I
beat
hope you
that
don't
shit
like your
yet, Jimmy?
flames.
Wait, what?
Did you beat that shit yet?
I crushed the level 30 exam. I thought it was kind of easy.
The one with the
We go.
scorpion lady?
Yeah.
Well,
I didn't
you
even,
have, like-
here's the funny part.
What?
I didn't even realize she was a boss. I was fighting her as a normal mob, and I was like, why is she taking so long to die? And I was like, oh, she must be the boss unit of the thing. No,
What's your
crush
team
it.
look like, Shinya? What's your team look like?
So
Am
my
I
team is
tangent here?
currently it's Lannaville, and then I have MC Fighter, Berkman, Yuck, Alice, and Deborah.
Ah, you have a real mage.
best.
Like you
It's
still
like the
have a
best
real
team.
mage. Yeah, so mages make that trial way easier, and that's
Okay.
again, like you guys keep saying, like it's one of the coolest things about the game. You can play
Until
a
the
completely
final
different
one.
comp, and it makes the dungeons like
Yeah.
way different. Something
Yeah,
that's easy for one person might be super hard for another.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wait till
Chad
you
was
guys
saying,
see
like,
the final trial.
oh god, yeah. Chad was saying like the hardest part of that trial is the random encounters. It's not necessarily the boss. I guess I found the boss pretty quick too, so maybe I got pretty lucky. But yeah, people are like, oh yeah, the random encounters like the wind elementals would just decimate.
The wind
you.
elementals were
Yeah.
fucking ridiculous.
Yeah,
It was absurd. It's like, why the fuck do these things do so much goddamn damage, bro? Like, damn.
Every
Yeah.
challenge you can overcome in this game. You can
Yep.
always overcome any adversity with enough willpower or preparation.
Yeah.
Or a bit of luck sometimes, just a little
Yeah,
bit of
true.
luck. Things
Yeah.
going your
Oh, you
way
got
can really help
initiative?
you out. Mhm.
Yep.
Yep.
Hey, you want more initiative? Time to get more Chloe's? Time to put some Chloe's on your party. Get that stealth, that plus initiative on your party members, man.
Is that a thing they
I
do?
got so many Ekaterinas.
Yes.
I just like inherit her
It's
skills.
Chloe, right? Chloe
Sure.
has
The
Chloe has
Ekaterina.
stealth. Amelia?
The
It's
stealth
Amelia.
gives you more
Amelia.
initiative.
Yeah.
It's
Or
Amelia,
Amelia, yeah.
stuff.
And,
I didn't want to be that guy.
Yeah, no. I want you to be that guy. So it's like additive, right? So the more people who have plus initiative, you have a better chance of getting it. Yeah. So yeah, just put some more Amelias on your units.
Guys, I pulled a character months ago, the character Renee, the ninja character, and I only
God,
just
yeah,
now
she's
am
good.
able to use them.
Because she
they
takes
need
2.5
more
times
Just
XP.
take
Yep.
2.5 times the amount of experience
12
as every
mil?
other
10
class to
mil?
level. Yeah, it's 10 mil. She's
10.6
at like
mil.
9 something mil. I just have her on dispatch missions at 12-hour intervals every day, all day, every day. I'm finally going to get to use this character I pulled. Totally not worth pulling them.
Man. Hell yeah. All right. Well, I think that's pretty much everything that we need to talk about, huh, guys? That's pretty much everything we need to wrap up for Wizardry here.
Yeah.
Great.
So try it. It's a good game. Try it.
Play Wiz.
Yeah,
Please
and,
try it.
And here's the great thing: even if you don't like it, that's okay. You know, we're not expecting everybody to like it, but somebody
yeah.
out there will
Yep.
find it. It's a big gem of a game, and I think it's very important to really highlight other gachas that just aren't Hoyo, because when a company has a monopoly over a space, all the players lose. So try something new. You might like it, you might not. Is what it is. But I think it's fucking great, and that's all that really matters to me. Well,
Yeah, every person I've recommended it to has loved it.
yeah.
So
Yeah. True.
Hail Genocide.
Even people who don't like the genre, a lot of people have tried it and been like, damn, this is actually pretty cool.
yeah.
Well, Genocide, Shinya, Kate, and JJ, you were a pleasure talking to. I hope you had fun today. And if you ever want to do
so
something in
much
the future, just hit me up. I need help with Wizardry, so please DM me tips, because I'm just getting fucked out here.
If you need anything, just let me know. But I feel kind of you've done enough already. Just give me a shot. Thank you so much for letting me come on. All of you guys, just give me a shot on the stream. I
Yeah,
really appreciate it.
Absolutely, man. You did great. You did
Yeah, hell yeah.
fantastic. Well, boys, it's been fun. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this shit up, and I'll see y'all later. All right, great.
All
Yeah.
right, GG's,
Have a
guys.
great one.
Thanks a lot.
Yep.
Yeah. Peace
See you
out.
later. Bye bye.
Yep.
Peace. Hell yeah.